It's umpires Chaston, McElhinney and Verticizzi controlling this one, and umpire McElhinney to throw it in the air to get us underway. Thanks to Harvey Norman, here's Jason Doherty.
And Goetz gets the first tap down, straight to Darcy Lang from the middle for Colac. Kicks it out towards centre wing, close to the boundary line. Can't keep it in there was Brodie Marnie. Now they can keep it back in Bell Park, go towards centre wing. Right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. Ball, free kick, holding the ball, said the umpire. Going to come back. Sarcevic got dumped with the football. And the Tigers, just the back end of centre wing through Jack Malikan will take it.
Great tackle by Malikan. He could have easily dumped him, but was able just to control the tackle, win the free kick. He went short to Lang across the face of goal to McCarthy, who spent the last couple of weeks in the Geelong VFL team. He kicks a mongrel punt. It was a helicopter that lands on the chest of Renner. It's off by hand to Lang. Lang, which he will kick on. He kicks on his right. A hit-up lead from Garner. It won't get to him. And they're going to come back the other way through Jackson Gorman, who goes short. We've got an injury. Sarcevic grabbing at a hamstring. That's Charlie. Inside forward 50. The kick comes from Will Christie, but it misses Bright. Bounces out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. As for St John of God, straight down to Chris Nichols. You're in the action early.
Yeah, he's looks like he's pulled that badly, the hammy. The right hamstring it is.
So they're one
down. Get treated.
Yeah, they're one down with a minute only ticked over on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock, and that's a big blow for the Dragons.
Boundary throw in now, and getting it front was Christie for Bell Park. Umpires found a high tackle, and it's going to go to Bell Park as well in the left forward pocket. And umpire Chaston giving the free kick to Petering, Nick Petering, who we spoke about in the pre-game from Minyip Matoa and other places, and he is in the left forward pocket, the northern end of the ground. A chance for first score of the afternoon. He comes in, only about 25 out, right foot kick, kicks it across the face of goal. As it got through, it has through for one behind first of the afternoon. And that is on the Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
Got a mouth-watering match-up here. Lloyd on Hillman.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
That is a very nice one.
For Womback Alley Plant Farm, 201 Townsend Road in Moore, up out of sight of the ground. And the mark taken out there by Rennett's, left half back. Calvert Street side, he looks to come in, but he's turned it over straight into the waiting arms of Benny Worm. He's a long way from goal, so he's not going to kick it. Even if he was a metre out, he might miss it too based on last year. Long ball with the aid of a slight breeze. Bright flying, couldn't mark. There's going to be a free kick going which way? And it's going to go to Petering. So he kicked 4-4 from 20 touches against St Albans in round 2. And he's already kicked to behind this afternoon, and he's a chance to go to 1-1.
He's lively, isn't he?
He's not a lot of him, but no. He's causing fits for the defence of Colac already, and he drilled that one through at the northern end, and they get first blood. 1-1-7 Bell Park, first quarter, thanks to Harvey Norman. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices. Colac yet to scoring in the experts chair this afternoon. Matt Kershaw.
Yeah, good play. They get it in there. They get it in quick. That's how they're going to have beat the Colac defensive structure there. But Bright was the one who flew, and then there was just obviously that hold. But there's some good matchups around here at the moment. Bright McCarthy, which we knew about before the game. Benstead's got Marnie down there, and Purcell's got the job on Garner, which is a massive job for the young fella.
For the first time, we see the blood rule sponsored by Slade Bloodstock. Invest in a racehorse with Chris Calthorpe. SladeBloodstock.com.au. Check it out online when you get the chance. Here's Jason Doherty again.
They're working on Sarcevic's right hamstring. He's up and about again, but I'm not sure if he'll come back on, to tell you the truth.
Thanks, Rock Dog. St John of God injury update there on the boundary line for Sarcevic. Now back in the middle. Oh, it was a high tackle. Probably came towards Worm, but Colac get it out of the middle towards centre half forward. Parker's across half back. Handball comes out quickly to Patton. Runs through the middle. Quick little handball back towards him under pressure. They get it forward of centre. And now they can get it out onto centre wing as well. And the ball comes towards Gorman. He's wrapped up. Free kick. Umpire said hold too high. And Jackson Gorman on centre wing for Bell Park will take the free kick. Drills it back inside. Benstead takes the mark, plays on now. Got a bit of space and time on centre wing. Drills it into half forward. No mark taken. Handball off the back. The Tigers fighting hard for it across there. They can't pick it up. Now they can. The handball comes out quickly from Ben McCarthy. And the tackle comes. McSparron gets in there as well, as we said, forward of centre today. In the forward 50 for Bell Park. Big pack there now. Umpire will come in. Ball up about 40 out from the Bell Park goal.
They've got real clear intent at the moment, Bell Park, to move that ball really quickly and just surge it forward.
Walsh to do the ruck work. Umpire tosses it into the air. Walsh winning the tap down. Chance, though, with a little kick out of the pack, might have come there from Leah. And now a handball through that missed McSparron. Hand up by McMellican, Williamson, Simpkin, all by hand. Chance to attack. Smart with it at right, half back. A little don't argue. Had to go back to Williamson, who had a fit of the fumbles. Under pressure now, and the ball spills. And it's going to be a free kick for holding the footy, won by Merkovic, and the former Falcon has got it with the man on the mark. About 55 from goal. He's at the point of the centre square. It's very small wings here at Bell Park, and he drills it onto the chest of Lloyd. So first game of the season after spending the first month in the Geelong VFL side. Sends it to the top of the square. Numbers back. McCormack dropped an absolute sitter. Time to recover. Missed hit the handball though. Bright a chance to snap. Bright kicks the goal, and that is goal 250 of the career of Jackson Bright. He pounced beautifully on that one, Bright, and he kicks a contender for a Lammy's Tavern goal of the day. McCormack with a drop mark that you would very, very rarely see. Put it down, and in the end, an easy snap for Bright. Puts it over his shoulder, and a player of that class doesn't miss from there, and they lead by 13. 2-1-13 the Dragons. Colac yet to score, thanks to Harvey Norman. First quarter K-Rock scoreboard.
A player of that class shouldn't drop a chest mark either, Kingy. Jared McCormack, as you know, is one of the better players in the competition. That was just a basic skill error there, and you want to make those mistakes around Jackson Bright, that's for sure. But when he made that mistake, I like it. Petering went straight up to him and just gave him a little nudge and let him know about it.
250 goals from 196 games now, Jace.
Back in the middle, Patton tried to get it away as well. Colac fighting hard for it. Felikos gets it away by hand. Monahan, up the chimney with a kick. And it's going to be Goetz who goes up, thumps it away. The umpire's right in the middle. Now he gets out. At the back, Bell Park tried to bring it out towards Gorman again on centre wing. Felikos is there. Gets around. Does he get the handball away? He does. And they go now. Kick around the corner by Renitz, but chopped off again. Bell Park across half back to settle the plate out. Taking the mark was Baker. So now Baker goes across the face of goal. Dangerous kick. Patton's across there though for Bell Park. Can get it out to the wide open spaces on centre wing. And it sits okay. Taking the mark, Hamish Lucas.
Lucas wearing the Tim Sheringham famous number 7, given the honour of wearing it. There's going to be a free kick for High going to Lloyd. He gave it off by hand. Kick inside forward 50, too much carry on and back with the flight. Judging it well is Benny McCarthy. 35 from his defensive goal, brings it broadcast side and finds Bailey Scott. Scott in game number 14 for the Tigers, short and onto the chest of the veteran Smart. Smart with the short locks, goes inboard and finds Renitz. Renitz goes short on that left boot. He kicked it on the bounce, asks a bit of Melican, feeds it up by hand to Scott on the cricket pitch area. Sends it towards left half forward, a ball that will bounce in front of Simpkin. He'll hit it in stride and he'll kick the goal. Classy finish from Joffy Simpkin. Great build-up from the Tigers from inside defensive 50. The kick through the middle to open play up, and Simpkin ran onto a ball that set up nicely for him, and they get their first of the afternoon, kicking to the ballroom end. Colac, 1 straight 6. Bell Park, 2-1-13 as we approach 8 minutes gone on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock.
King, you called that perfectly, but who started the play in the defensive half was Bailey Scott, and he actually had the inside 50. His work rate and his running pattern then was supreme. For those watching at home on the live feed, you watch that back, it was terrific.
So good response by the Tigers. Through Joffy Simpkin and came straight to the bench after Ryan Monahan had 35 seconds on the bench in the rotations there. So he's going back to half forward. Now Walsh falls into his arms from the ruck contest. Outside of the right boot, goes towards centre wing. Malikan gets across there, he can't take it. Now the ball back inboard, Lucas for Bell Park. He can't take it either. Wrapped up is Aaron Hawker for Colac. He's not going anywhere, and we're going to have a ball up just inside the centre square. On centre wing on the outer side, Goetz up against Walsh. Both get a hand to it from the middle. Handball for Colac. Might sit okay. Marnie goes with the kick. In fact, it was Malikan who goes with the kick. Williamson takes the mark. Right half forward for the Tigers.
Williamson a long way from home. What's his option? He's got one short, but he just got the kick to its intended target, and Cody Spokes. Benstead stands the mark near 50. Spokes is going back with the intent that he's going to have a shot. Darcy Lang is loitering with intent in the area. And we know he can hoof it, but Cody Spokes in game 108 says, no, I'm going to give myself a crack here.
63 metres out.
It's very close to the man on the mark. Sends it on its way. It won't have the carry, will it? It won't. Goetz is there on the line to knock it through for a rush behind for Colac. So they're 1-1-7. Bell Park 2-1-13 as we approach 10 minutes gone in this opening term on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Port Phillip Ferries, there's no better way to travel.
the old long point, Kirsch.
Yeah, I hate it.
So Bell Park going to bring it back in through Lloyd. Plays on from fullback. Goes towards centre wing, looking for Goats. Can't take the mark. Patton on hands and knees. Gets it away quickly. Worm gets it inboard. Patton again. Left foot kick from half back towards half forward. And it's a good kick too, Petering. Can't take the mark. Oh, he got tackled by his own teammate there, who need to come in and help in the end. Or the ball, has that been hatched? The umpire says, go over and give him a long time to get rid of it. Darcy Lang puts the tackle on. Kirsch, in my vision, said holding the ball straight away.
About 10 seconds earlier.
And now Darcy Lang short is okay and finds Spokes.
Spokes with it just back of the wing, Calvert Street side of the ground. Sends a kick wider towards half forward. Goat sets himself for Bell Park. He's off the hands of the pack. Williamson tracking it towards the boundary line, kept it alive, and then on his left boot floats a kick straight onto the chest of Lloyd, and the reigning best and fairest and GFL Team of the Year member holds up for Bell Park. They lead by 6.
Smart then, just peeled off Hillman.
It's a slight southeaster, so maybe the 8 of the breeze going to the rec club end. He goes wide, looking out there from McSparron, knocked away by Reynolds. Goats, the unlikely rover, couldn't get a handle on the footy. Ball spills into the hands now of the kick from Hillman. Hillman has pulled it to the left, through for a minor score, and the margin is 5. So Colac right now probably with the better of proceedings, but trail. They're 1-2-8, Bell Park 2-1-13, 11 and a half minutes gone, Port Phillip Ferry's time clock.
Lloyd in short and goes to Lucas. He takes the mark in the back pocket, called to play on. Goes towards centre wing with the kick over the head of Walsh. Goats is there as well. And Sarcevic turns around, picks up left foot kick towards half forward. And, great pick up. Bright gave the handball away to Petering. They're forward to the ball now. Get it back towards Lear. He gets around, right foot kick towards a one-on-one. Punched away defensively. Well done at the back there by Simpkin. And it's through for a rush behind. 2 Bell Park. They go to 2-2-14. Desmond, RIP, 1-2-8, Colac, and that is on the Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
Definitely favouring the rec end, Kingy, north end.
Driving ball to half back, front position. McSparron couldn't take the mark off the hands of the pack. Lang for Colac, jammed it on the boot. Good clean hands from Spokes of the Tigers. Handball releases Garner. Garner gives it off to Hammond. Hammond by release to Williamson. Williamson's got plenty of room to move. Drives a kick inside forward 50. Lloyd back with the fly. Judges at best for the Dragons. Takes a nice mark. Williamson just with no penetration in the kick, going inside forward 50.
Good wheels there, no Kirsch.
He had great wheels, but had to kick it to the advantage of McGuan, didn't he, really?
Short kick to Benstead. He goes short as well at half back. Taking the mark is Gorman for the home side. So just settles the play down now. Wants to come towards centre wing. Set up from McCormack. The big Mick Schultz double fist up. Gets it down. Handball came at the back from Purcell. They run through half-back Bell Park, go towards centre wing at the back, and that's mark taken by Christie, who did nicely, judged it. Little bit of a push against McCarthy, but got the mark on centre wing. Terrible kick off the boot. Goes towards half forward. Big pack there. Off the side of the pack. Handball comes Petering. Gives it away quickly towards Fulton. Kick around the corner of the goal square. Bright takes the mark. And will shoot from 2 metres out directly in front.
Doesn't need many opportunities, does he, Brody?
Just in the right spot at the right time. He did nicely. Waste no time, comes in and kicks his second of the afternoon and third for Bell Park. They go to 3-2-20. They lead Colac 1-2-8. Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard. Harvey Norman, think Harvey Norman for all your big brands at Geelong's best prices. Here's Matt Kershaw.
It wasn't a great kick, Jason. It wasn't by Christie. He moved the ball in quick, and that's what's shifting the Colac defence at the moment and putting them under pressure. So they're getting 1v1s ahead of the ball, and because Bell Park are just on the press, they've actually got numbers around the ball, and they follow the ball. They had runners. They were running in waves, and that's why Fulton got the end of it. So it's quite clear that Bell Park's strategy is to get it in quick and then get them with numbers.
St Albans 2 straight 12 lead Leopold 1-2-8. And North Shore 2-2-14 lead St Mary's 1 straight 6.
Kicking with the win.
Potentially kicking to the northern end, you would suspect, but
you never know.
It's going to be an intriguing one to keep an eye on this afternoon. And the upstart Seagulls. Umpire Chaston back in the middle. Tossing it into the air for Walsh to go at it against Goats. Goats won the tap down. It's through hands. A handball away by Worm. There's a Tiger down. It's Walsh. Keep an eye on that. And you're coming back.
And
play
Goats,
for St John and
Goats have hit
Goats
each
as
other.
well. Okay. Here's Christie again, who's been good. Left foot kick. Walsh picks himself up and dusts himself off. Kick to half forward. Back with the fly. Hamlin Hanger contender. Was that Lockie Simpkin with great courage. And then he kicks to Joffy Simpkin. Simpkin just back of the wing, now driving a ball towards Garner at right half forward, tried to use the body, but standing tall and taking a nice mark was Darcy Brown. Held his position well, Brown. Took the grab. Brown on the 45. Well-weighted kick to Lucas, wearing the number 7 made famous by Tim Sheringham. He's turned it over there and kicked it straight to Felikos of Colac.
He gives it away by hand quickly. Monahan tries to get around, gives the handball, sets a bit of a task for his teammate there. He can't pick it up, and a good tackle. Was that a sling tackle? The umpire says no. It was Gorman putting that tackle on, and it will be a ball up at centre-half forward for Colac.
Gert's just got a poke in the eye and it's come off and just rinsing it at the moment. That's what happened there.
They actually both poked each other in the eye.
You're right.
It was really weird.
So Walsh got it down with the contest with Christie. Ball still in dispute. Big tackle there. That came from Spokes. Forward 50, and we'll have another ball up. Colac into attack. Something into the ground.
Young Sarcevic is just sitting down on the pine. There's no ice as yet.
For St John of God, tap down one by Christie. There might have been done the ruck work there. And then the kick is going to be appeals for deliberate if it does go out, but it doesn't go out. Felikos kept it alive. He then took it out. Umpire didn't see it that way. Gave a handball to McCormack, and McCormack, a short kick, is marked by Simpkin. Patton stands the mark. Simpkin goes off the mark. Patton asking the umpire to say play on. Simpkin will kick now, looking for Williamson to fly over the top. Couldn't take the mark. Brings it to the front of the pack where it's cleaned up by Worm. Worm a handball back inboard. Asked a little bit of Christie. Christie arched the back and then kicked towards McSparron. Too much on it, and McCormack judging that well. A handball off to Simpkin. Joffy to get things moving for Colac.
Little left foot kick. Tried to find Williamson a minute ago. This time he does. Still at right half forward. Williamson now getting some leads. He's going to drive. Well, he ran too close to the man on the mark. Got half a hand on it as well. And Williamson had to go back and try and pick it up. He can't do so. Patton can at half back for Bell Park. Wheels around on the left boot. It's all Colac though. And Joffy's bought his own football today. Gives it away to McCormack. Handballs it. Back inboard. Walsh off a step. Big talk. If it don't line up, fire. Goes long, deep forward over the head of Garner. Falls to the side of the pack. Lang is there. Ben's down under him. He kicks it off the ground. Lang turns around soccer style. Puts it through for one behind.
We don't see enough of them, do we?
Especially when you can do it like that.
Great to see the one-step talk, boys. Always great to see. Gert's back on too.
Lloyd's kick in marked by Fulton. The Numurkah product has got it at almost true centre-half back. Playing his 12th game for the Dragons this afternoon. Oh, gee, he played on and then he went straight into Smart, who wrapped him up in a tackle, but the ball spilled nicely for Merkovic for Bell Park, but his kick is poor and he's put it straight onto the chest of Bailey Scott in the middle of... he went to go the handball over the top and he's turned it over, but then the kick backwards under pressure. This is a comedy of errors, and it's the kick of McDowell. It's marked by Joffy Simpkin. Yeah, absolutely.
Simpkin where it started.
Joffy Simpkin, and then McCormack's had his kick smothered, falls for Lockie Simpkin. Lockie Simpkin kicks to the pocket, and that's a bullet into the waiting arms of Adam Garner. But that was horrendous at 30 seconds of play. That is as poor a football you'll see at GFL level anywhere, anytime than what we just saw then.
It's hard to probably put that into words on the radio, isn't it, to people out there?
If you're watching through the live stream, you know what we're talking about. Through the radio, we couldn't do that justice. That was horrendous. But Adam Garner a chance to maybe restore some respectability to the game.
This will go on the full and hit the rec centre.
Right forward pocket on its way. That's a wonderful kick.
Thank you for fixing that up.
That's a Lammy's Tavern goal of the afternoon contender into the breeze and working into it. With it coming across. Yeah, that was insane for a moment. Adam Garner's kicked the goal. Game 49 this afternoon. That's his 59th goal in Tigers colours. 2-3-15 Colac. Bell Park 3-2-20 as Rock Dogs got Ryan Monahan.
Good to get that one back, Ryan.
Yes, we needed it, mate, as hopefully it swings the momentum for us.
How's the wind out there?
No wind. Oh, slight breeze going down the ground. Probably down the hill a little bit.
Thanks for your time, mate. Good.
That's Ryan Monahan with Chris Nichols. Great access there. It's one of the greats, Ryan Monahan. And it's back to 5 points. Colac 2-3, Bell Park 3-2.
I'm glad you didn't switch over to the expert after that goal, let me tell you.
No, much better to go down there. Down Lang goes back with the kick towards half forward. And McGuan wrapped up in the tackle. Little toe poke by Spokes. Gets it again, gives it away to Lang by hand. Now Lang left foot kick, got tackled as he got the kick away. Lloyd for Bell Park. Goes with the kick towards half forward. Oh, Bright ran into, couldn't take the mark at the back. And it's now Simpkin Lockie. Kicks it across half back or sets a task, and not good enough there. Kick wise to Scott, and taking the mark is Gorman again for Bell Park. Inside 50. Wide kick towards Petering to run onto it. Turns around on the right. Lopes back to whence it came with the kick. Goats goes up. Can't get a hand to it. Can't take the mark. Spokes is back there as well. Handball by Scott. Missed the target. Still under pressure. The Tigers in defence. Patton comes in. Does nicely. Kick around the corner from 40. Over their head.
Great goal.
7. Goal of the day. Lockie Patton. And he does beautifully for Bell Park. Quick reply. And they're 4-2-26. They lead Colac 2-3-15. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard. And Lockie Patton showing his skill there, Kirsch.
Absolutely. I mean, that was, 40 out on his left. It was beautiful play. But again, quick ball movement. Get in there quick, and it's really getting them off the bit down there at the moment. They're under a bit of pressure when that ball comes in. High,
few
fast.
Fumbles.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't worry, Bell Park's pressure is terrific. Not only around the ground, but up their forward half. Their forward pressure is supreme at the minute.
Bailey Scott just a bit fumbly on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, just a couple, isn't there?
Yeah, the heat's on.
Yep.
Crucial clash between two contenders. Umpire tosses it up for Goats and Walsh. Walsh may be winning this one. Rolling ball will be tracked by Spokes. Lost it in the tackle. Smart came for Colac. Good pick up here, Scott, but he fumbled again under a little bit of pressure. Now he'll knock it towards the boundary line on the Calvert Street wing, but clean with Sarcevic. That's Jack on his left boot. Bouncing ball. Doesn't get to Bright. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw-in. That was Jack Sarcevic. Let's get an update on Charlie Sarcevic for St John of God. Hamstring issue. Rock Dog, what's the latest?
Yeah, he's just sitting on the bench. He's not getting it iced still, so I think they might assess it at quarter time, mate.
Thank you for that, St John of God, your emergency specialist, open 24/7, Myer Street in Geelong.
Boundary throw in front. Goats got it down. And a little toe poke by Lucas. Simpkin on hands and knees. Joffe gets it towards Larry Gomes, who is Liam Hammond. And he is wrapped up, not going anywhere. Bell Park still into attack, right half forward for them. Or is it Darryl? Are we calling him Darryl Oates? Is that what we're going to go with? So, ball up. Welsh. Goats got a second tap to it towards Lucas, pushed off the football. McCormack's handball was way too quick. Now Hammond gets across there again. Sarsevic's handball was pretty good. And off a step, the ball came from Jack Hall, and it's out of bounds on the full. And the Tigers will take the free kick in the last line of defence.
Can't miss Jack Hall with that man bun, can you?
No.
Still holding on to 2019.
Should be outlawed. Should be an AFL Barwon rule.
We'll talk to the deputy chair about that.
So the free kick's going to be taken in the left back pocket. Dustin Walters, who we haven't caught a lot of this afternoon.
He's got the Joe and Petering. And
if you've got it, flaunt it.
Walters sends it towards left half, back flirting with the boundary line. Did Reynolds keep it in the field of play? No, it went out on the full. So that's actually floated out against whatever breeze there is. And the free kick's going to go to Patton. Patton quickly wants to get onto it, onto his left boot. A low skidding ball that will roll into the pocket. Great pick up, Bright. Under pressure, tried to snap a kick around to the top of the square. Overrunning it might have been Petering. That was K Petering, but a quick snap came out of the pack and through for a behind.
I think it was Leah, was it?
It was Leah with the snap, and it's through for a minor score. 4-3-27 Bell Park. Colac 2-3-15. The margin is 12 as we've gone 23 and a quarter minutes on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock.
McCarthy kicks it in from fullback for the Tigers, gets it to Lockie Simpkin. In between the back pocket and half back. He's hesitant with where he's going to go. He goes left foot kick in the end towards centre wing, looking for Walsh. Goats from behind. Through the middle, Joffe does nicely. Simpkin with the outside of the right boot to McGuan. Had to run back. Great play. Oh, he pulled Brown off the football as well. Umpire said play on. Gets across there. Hillman got good pick up too to Felikos in the pocket. Wheeled around. Ran away from him and kicked the goal. Lammy's 7th goal of the day contender again from Dean Felikos. Did nicely. Put the afterburners on and kicked his first of the afternoon. And the Tigers third, 3-3-21. They trail Bell Park 4-3-27. And that's on the Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard. We've played 24 minutes on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Here's Kirsch.
Went the clock back a little bit then, didn't he? He was dangerous around goal. A bit of ball movement there by Colac. You know, they've been put under a fair bit of pressure with their ball movement, so that was a little bit better of a look at it and give them a bit more confidence to move the ball with a bit more... a bit more confidence, I suppose.
St Albans 4 straight 24, lead Leopold 1-3-9, North Shore 3-2-20, lead St Mary's 2-2-14.
But was just then, Darcy Lang came off, Joffe Simpkin came on and roved the back immediately as soon as he came on.
He did. Walsh won the tap down. Thank you, Chris Nichols down boundary side. Here's Lucas for Bell Park, jamming them into attack. Tough, but great jukes, Petering.
Wow.
That is some sort of mark. That was coming in as a tumbling forward punt, and Nick Petering has taken a Hamlin hanger of some note, not for the spectacular nature of it, but just for the good, clean hands.
The sheer velocity of it.
And he hasn't mucked around either, getting back on the mark from 40 metres out on its way. He might have pushed it. He has. Through for a minor score. Nick Petering is a bit of a live wire forward. He's got 1 goal too. Bell Park have got 4-4. They lead by 7. Colac a 3-3 in this first quarter. It's gone 25 minutes on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock.
McCarthy kicks it in from full back and look for Bailey Scott. Couldn't take the mark, but got one over the shoulder, so we'll take the free kick.
I think the players heard the Benny Hill music because the standard since then's been sensational.
I think you're right, Rock Dog. It has improved, and Walsh takes a very good mark in front of Goats as well on centre wing. Looks for the handball pass, gives it to Scott, who wheels past and goes on the right foot towards half forward. Wasn't a great kick. McGuan comes out close to the boundary line, rides the bump, tries to get it away by foot towards Spokes. The umpire says throw it in, and we will have a boundary throw in left half forward on the outer side for Colac.
Been an entertaining opening term.
It's had everything.
I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we are, bringing it to you through KROC 955, kroc.com.au and the AFL Bar on Facebook live stream.
Sasovic's iced up.
Yeah, that's his day over. That's Charlie, of course. Jack's still out there. Sons of course, the great Ray, superstar. He was through the 80s and 90s with Bell Park. Here the kick of Spokes is partially smothered at left half forward for Colac. Putting his head over the footy is the aforementioned Sasovic. He's wrapped up, going nowhere. We'll get a ball up as Spokes halts his progress. Left half forward, Calvert Street side of the ground. Colac in attack. Goats winning the tap down. It's going to spill for McGuan. He got a kick about 3 metres along the ground. It's knocked away for Bell Park towards Goats again. Simpkin with very, very clean hands. That's Joffe. Kick now towards Garner on the lead. Knocked away from him. Front of the pack, Williamson cleaned up, but he was dumped in a good tackle by Cade Petering. And 25 out from goal. We will get a ball up.
Adam Garner tried to kick a goal.
I was going to say, have we got 2 balls on the ground, or has he tried to steal that one away and the umpire's going to have to wait for that one to come back? And we'll give both teams a chance to set up.
Break in play, King. I've never seen a water boy get a rub down from a trainer before in my life.
So that's Lee Gorwell.
Yeah, I know, but
battling a hamstring. And he's given us a smile too because he realises he's just tightened up a little. He did the 2s as well. So we're back in play. Right forward pocket. Here's McGuan trying to break away in a tackle. He couldn't, and now Lang's run himself into trouble. Lloyd's got him. Somehow the ball spilled out. He almost threw it out the back towards Cam Smith, and he was going over for a try for the Melbourne Storm. And now we've got another stoppage about 15 metres out from the Colac goal. They're attacking the southern or ballroom end in this opening quarter of KROC football, thanks to Harvey Norman, and we're here for Apco Cafe 24/7. Ball in the air. McGuan tried to grab it out of the ruck. Lloyd hit the pack at speed and then kicked on that preferred left foot of his towards half back. Standing tall, Rennet. That's a good mark.
So Rennet's now at right half forward. Late stages this first term. Pretty congested between he and goal. He decides to go with the left foot to the top of the square. No mark taken, and off hands to Hillman. Has to ride the bump, got it away quickly. Hawker, third in line, turns around and has missed. 3-4-1 behind to Aaron Hawker. So they've got a 3-4-22 now, the Tigers. Bell Park 4-4-28. KROC Harvey Norman first quarter scoreboard.
Kicking duties. Might be Worm bringing it back into play and stretching and taking a good mark is Jack Purcell. Still inside defensive 50, the Dragons. They lead by 6. Kicking, we think, with the aid of the breeze in this opening quarter for Harvey Norman. A floater towards the outer wing. It's off hands and out the back. Numbers there for the Dragons. Chance for Petering. This is Nick driving it long. Inside 50. McSparron sets himself. Couldn't fly from behind on McCormack, but found it on the deck. Snapped on his left boot. Open goal square. It's about the bounce. It sits up on its point and misses through to the right for a minor score. One McSparron not happy, the other his old man coaching for Colac very. And they're now 4-5-29 Bell Park. Colac 3-4-22-7 the margin.
Oh, McCarthy kicked it in too and looking for Williamson. Tried to claim the mark. McSparron got the hands to it. Now back towards McCormack. Handball over the top. Back to Williamson. Out of trouble just for now. But it's all Bell Park. Goats puts the one arm up. If you don't mind, Hamlin Hanger contender there from the big fella as the siren sounds for quarter time.
Oh, launch a torp.
And he's going to torp it from centre wing as well. Here we go. And that's no good from the
that's
big
why
fella.
They handball.
He gets a stat though.
He does. He does.
So quarter time, Bell Park 4-5.
Point Bell Park lead. And we're about to get underway. Here's Jace.
So Walsh up against Goats. And Walsh gets it down. Rove, though, In the middle, quickly by Fulton, who's in there for Bell Park as well now. Goes towards half forward, and big tackle came there on Nick Petering, who had a great first term and not going anywhere that time. So another ball up, 50 out from the Bell Park goal, kicking to the southern end in this second term. From the ruck contest, McCarthy got it out wide. That was Ben towards centre wing. Handball came back inboard. Patton couldn't take it. McGuan could. Wrapped up, though, gave it to Scott straight away in the tackle by Worm. And the umpire will come in. Ball it up just on the point of the centre square at half forward.
Wombat Gully Plant Farm, you're just keeping an eye on some matchups. Anything you've picked up that might have changed or anything of note that we should be keeping an eye on?
No real change. That Petering and Walters one would be a nice little one this quarter, won't it, to keep an eye on?
Lang did the roving for Colac. He's kicked towards half forward. McGuan couldn't take the mark. He found it on ground level. Brown provided the pressure and he effected the kick with that tackle. And it fell for Lloyd, who bangs it long for Bell Park. Bright went to ground in the one-on-one. Keeping his feet was Ben McCarthy. Did okay. Outside of the right boot was neat with the kick to Monaghan. Didn't go 15 though. Quickly kicked long. McGuan in the best position, but Benstead got back and took a nice mark, as he's been doing for many a year in the blue, green and white since coming from Drysdale. He goes short to his skipper in Patton. Patton goes wide for Bell Parkling for Bright. McCarthy came with a late spoil and it was a good one by Ben. Handball back to Lang. Lang loops a handball back to Ben McCarthy. Feigned to go one way, then came back inboard. Saw something he liked and it was Simpkin marking in the middle of Hamlin Park.
So Joffe goes short to Hillman, plays on quickly inside the centre square and burns the kick beautifully to Garner on a lead. And that was copybook stuff from Colac through the middle.
Skill was elite.
So you mentioned that, I was going to mention that at quarter time with that Hillman matchup on Lloyd. So Lloyd likes to come off, as we know, and so does Benstead. So Colac have got to use their ball a little bit better going forward, lower their eyes and hit there, and or play through Hillman and those likes. And that time they did it perfectly because Lloyd was 10 metres off him.
Starcevic done for the day, boys.
Thanks, Rock Dog. St John of God injury update there as Garner comes in 40 out from goal and puts it straight through the middle for his second of the afternoon. Good start in this second term for the Tigers. They go to 4-4-28 and Bell Park 4-5-29. Apco Cafe 24/7.
Now that's Colac
scoreboard.
Sorry, I went too early on you then.
That's okay.
That's Colac of old though, isn't it? The way they move that ball. You know, they turn around,
bang, bang, bang.
Exactly right. They face up, head on a swivel, and let's use that easy target. And that's what they did then. And I think the first quarter they were still feeling each other out and weren't using it as well going forward. But geez, that's Colac all over that one.
Joffe just bringing his own.
Well, give it to the ball users, and that's the difference. You know, like that. It's a training drill.
That's it.
I've just had the head chef, Darren Nikolic from Leopold Sport. He's confirmed that St Albans Leopold score is correct.
Thank you.
Back in the middle, Walsh with a big tap coming off the edge of the square with smart hands and knees. A handball to Lang. Lang was able to weave his way through traffic for Colac. Handball taken by Walsh at its highest point. Then snapped a kick inside 50. Bouncing, rolling ball. Went over the head of Marnie. Rolling towards the behind post and out of bounds for a boundary throw in right forward pocket. That breeze is significant to the...
Yeah, that would have been an interesting scenario for a goal, nearly, the way he kicked it. And he, it went a fair way. The breeze is up.
It's blowing into the K-Rock box here this afternoon thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7. They're not making the wind blow, but they're supporting the K-Rock call. Although the Andersons have got a lot of control in town. Goats winning the tap down, front of the pack, Smart trying to track it for Colac. And now Patton happy to take the tackle of Lang, and then it's slung and dumped, and that's holding the ball.
Well, every Colac player appealed. Should be 50, shouldn't it?
And in the right forward pocket, Darcy Lang, who we know is proficient on both left and right boot. I suspect he might come out on the J curve here.
He's around the left, isn't he?
Yeah, he's setting himself for that. And if anybody's going to pull that off in the GFL, it's Darcy Lang.
I've already put it down.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Kicked 5 when they met back in round 3 last year. Picked up the 3 Matheson medal votes. He steps out about 5 and kicks a behind. This is to the near side.
It was always going to happen, wasn't it?
Yep.
But scores are tied. We are locked away at 4-5-29 apiece in this second term. That on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock has ticked past 4 1/4 minutes.
The Kirsch Moz.
Yeah. Yes.
It's the Kirsch curse.
The Kirsch curse. So Lloyd plays on from fullback for Bell Park. Kicks to the outer side, Calvert Street side. He goes up. Oh, big mark. Reynolds took the mark nicely on the side there.
He's taken a few good marks,
He
Reynolds.
has, and he runs on, goes with a left foot kick towards full forward. Hillman goes up, can't take the mark off the back. Bell Park just settle the play down. They come out wide. The ball came from Purcell, finds Goats at half back and just wants to settle it properly now and just he thought about short. He's called to play on, so he's going to have to go down the line. Sets it up on centre wing. No mark taken off the back. McCarthy's handball only as far as Christie. Got it away now. The kick around the corner came from Petering. That's Cade. And close to the boundary line at right half forward for the Parkers. It's out of bounds.
Big thump there from Melican. It's put it about 22 rows back.
In front of a pretty good crowd.
There's a good crowd here.
In front of the Alex Risen Pavilion. Superstar Alex Risen has legend status with the Dragons.
Wonderful player, Alex.
Ball back into play. And it's going to ricochet off a boot inside forward 50 for Bell Park. Oh, gee, taken high. Yeah, it was still almost trod upon was Nick Petering. But they're going to clear here through McCarthy. Driving ball towards the wing. McGuan from behind on Brown. Brown played it well for Bell Park, but McGuan found the loose footy and a handball on the bounce for Simpkin. That's Joffe inside 50. Sees Marnie in a one-on-one. Benstead, a wonderful spoil. And then he roved his own work and gave a handball back to Purcell. And then Purcell's kick was well weighted and finds a marking option. They get to half back and it's in the hands of Jack Hall, who received the kick from Darcy Brown, and they'll load from just back of the wing here, the Dragons.
So Hall, right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7, goes towards half-on. Oh, big pack off the side. Worm couldn't take it with him. The ball spills free for Lucas. He can't pick it up also. Harassed. Ball towards Walsh. He had it, lost it in the tackle. He has to go and put the tackle on in the end, and the umpire will come in and ball it up right half forward for the Parkers.
He's given away some size, Purcell, isn't he?
He is. He's doing a good job, though. And Brown is doing a terrific job on McGuan down there. Hasn't even been in the game, McGuan.
From the ball up, Goats won the tap. Quick kick out of the pack for Bell Park into the right forward pocket. They've got numbers. Jackson Bright trying to free the hands. It's going to spill out the side for Christie. Now tracking to the boundary line is Bailey Scott for Colac. It's in the right forward pocket. At the ballroom end. So
Come now, Joff.
they'll need to get a good clearance out of here, Bell Park, to tighten that pocket. Back into play. Scores locked away from the ruck contest. Rennett's did the roving, had it knocked out in the Bright tackle. Ben McCarthy to run under the loose footy. He left it behind, though. Here's McDowell swinging onto his right boot. He sets it very long towards goal, but he's missed to the right and through for a minor score. And Bell Park lead again there, 4-6-30. Colac, a 4-5-29 in this second quarter of K-Rock football, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7.
So McCarthy, Liam from full-back, kicks it in. Looked for Marnie there, but didn't find him. And the Parkers are going to be able to come back with interest back into the forward line. A long kick too towards the goal square over the head of a couple. Tigers have got numbers at the back though and just settle the play down. Scott, handball over the top, drew a couple of players. Now they're out to Felikos at half back. Got a bit of time, draws a player. Scott kept running, does nicely, arches the back, handball to Hawker. Back to Scott, kept running on centre wing, drives it long, one-on-one. Lang just back on the ground against Benstead. Good tussle there. Benstead needs some support. Comes back around the corner. Baker got it out wide. Might sit okay. Goes towards Mirkovic. Kick around the corner. Goats sets himself in front of the best seats in the house thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7 and takes the mark.
Carlton VFL listed this year. He comes inboard to the point of the square at right half back to his skipper, Patton. Patton will feed it by hand, but he missed his target, McDowell, and instead Worm at ground level couldn't take it cleanly, and Colac have now pounced on the footy. It's Hawker trying to barge his way through. The umpire hasn't blown the whistle yet. He's allowing this to go rugby scrum style, and it's still bobbling around.
Oh, that mate, like
Marnie,
a storm.
yeah, it is. It really needs to get a stoppage here and be cleared out, and finally
Just as Spokes was going too.
sanity prevails. It always happens. It's Murphy's Law.
Right.
3 minutes later.
Umpire tosses it into the air. Walsh and Goats winning the tap down this time, but the roving done for Colac by Lockie Simpkin. He just threw it on the boot towards left half forward. Lloyd tried to track it with the one hand. He's wrapped up by Hawker. Wonderful tackle and wins a free kick. Hawker. Felikos the advantage. Handball missed Lang. Lang is confronted by Brown. Might get a free kick for being held. He will. Lang played that really smart. He knew that he was going to be pounced on by Brown. Didn't take possession. And now has a free kick right in front of the Rec Club pocket.
Well, there's one thing I've noticed here is that there's players, there's no dissent. They're just playing their footy.
And may have filtered down from the top level. Lang steps out on the right boot. He's hit that a bit too narrow. And missed to the near side. I got that as 3 behinds for Darcy Lang for the afternoon now after kicking 5 here in round 3 last year. 4-6-30 Bell Park. Colac 4-5-29. We in fact make that all tied up at 4-6-30 apiece as we approach 10 minutes gone in this second term. Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Port Phillip Ferries, there's no better way to travel. Geelong and Port Arlington to Docklands.
We've got the close one, Jace. We could be back next week.
King can pick him. King can pick him. He's done a great job. It's been a great game so far. Benstead's got the footy at full-back for Bell Park. He's just leaning towards going to the outer side. And he goes there now with the right foot kick. Outside 50. Pack develops. Off the side, Hall, handball. Goats did nicely as the rover. Goes with the right foot kick. Over the top, Colac getting back there. Wright has to come out. He's got 3 against him. Walters handballs it back. McCarthy goes to McCormack lateral. He's got Larry Gomes on the outside. He just holds it up though. He goes short to Liam McCarthy who takes it at half back. Just building nicely the Tigers from defensive 50. Smart gave him a lead. He's got McCormack as well. He comes long towards Garner. Purcell. Walsh goes up one-handed. Benstead off the back, handball. Under pressure, kick around the corner. Has he kept it in? No, it's out of bounds on the full. Ball had come from Lloyd. And it will be a free kick. And it's going to be Liam McCarthy for the Tigers.
North Shore giving plenty of cheek to St Mary's. 5 points is the margin the way of the reigning premier from 2019. Can you still call him reigning premier nearly 3 years later? Long ball from Liam McCarthy. McGuan won't get there. Benstead set himself and does what he's done very well for a very long time. Takes the mark strongly, hits the ground running, goes short and finds a marking option in Cade Petering. Petering back edge of the centre square, goes wide. What's he got out there? He's got a marker in Lear. Lear a handball back in board to Merkovic. Under pressure from Williamson. Scrubs a kick forward about 8 metres. That allows the Colac defence in. Handball out. Joffy Simpkin, who then had to go and apply a smother to the kick of Lear. Lang trying to barge his way through a 2-man tackle. Lear and also Cade Petering. He's going nowhere. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll ball it up. And as Benny Cass would say, no one's going anywhere while I'm in charge. Tap down Walsh, roving Patton, dumped in a Lang tackle to ground by he and also Spokes. And we will get another ball up. So round the edge of the centre square at left half forward. With Bell Park in attack, we've got a cracker, 4-6-30 apiece, although the goals have dried up somewhat. Just the one kick through the first 12 minutes of this second term on the Port Phillip Ferry time clock.
Goats gets a big thump down. Roving done. Big pack still there. Comes out the back towards Lucas, who kicks across the face of goal for Bell Park. Runs out of bounds in the right forward pocket. We'll have a boundary throw in. Southern end of the ground. Parker's deep into attack. 12 and a half played. Port Phillip Ferries time clock, second term. Throw in for Walsh to do the ruck work. And McSparron. Thrown in now. McSparron from behind. Got to the front. Kick around the corner came from Worm. Ball still in dispute. Colac working hard. Falls into the arms of Walters and he gives it away quickly to McCarthy. Ben, who drives it towards Felikos on centre wing. Did nicely. Used the body beautifully. Shuffled the handball out. They're on the run here. The Tigers. Williamson on the outside. Monahan can't take the mark. Under pressure and good defensive play. Merkovic. And I saw it over the boundary line. At right half forward for the Tigers.
It was a real mismatch there because Baker had to end up picking up Hillman because Lloyd was actually on his own for the last 2 minutes and just took the punt and took off on Hillman, and the turnover nearly cost him.
Waiting for the boundary umpire to get themselves down to the ball. Working hard this afternoon, those patrolling the boundary. Doing a good job, the umpires too. Got to say, it's been fairly good. There should have been a free kick there to Goats in the ruck contest. Walsh grabbed the jump. Umpire didn't see it. Little sucker off the ground by Lear towards Patton, who's got instantaneously tackled. And we will get a ball up. Lockie Simpkin applying that tackle, it was. So we're just forward of the wing, Calvert Street side of the ground. Colac slightly in attack. Walsh and Goats to go at it again as they have done all afternoon. Walsh winning the tap down this time. Little soccer forward might have been by Joffy. Simpkin bought some ground, but a chance for Cade Petering to clean up for Bell Park. True centre half-back. Sends a kick into the breeze. It will bounce in front of his brother Nick. But it's picked up beautifully by Lockie Simpkin, and they'll attack here. Hammond with it at left half-back. Sends it on the left boot inside forward 50. Got two options. Oh, McGuan dropped an absolute sitter. Time to recover. Gave a handball to Felikos. Left forward pocket in front of the Rec Club. Handball to his own advantage. Then tried to go underground to a teammate in Hillman. Lost control of the footy, Hillman. Felikos came again. McGuan just reefed it forward. It'll sit for Hillman. Hillman will step inside a would-be tackler. Snap and give the Tigers a lead for the first time this afternoon. They just willed the ball forward, the Tigers. They used all the experience there for Leakos and McGuan with almost 500 games between them. And in the end, it was Hillman, the beneficiary, who snaps and gives Colac 5 goals, 636. Bell Park a 4-6-30 on the second quarter. K-Rock, APCO Cafe 24/7 scoreboard.
Whilst McGuan dropped the mark, his second and third efforts were terrific then actually in that contest. What Lloyd was doing then, he was very filthy. But what he did was important because it created another stoppage, or another dispute at least. Lloyd just peeled off the stoppage like a quarterback then, and then Hillman went to work on the outside. So sometimes, it's good to be that +1 around a stoppage, but you have to defend your direct opponent as well.
So Goats having a rest for Bell Park. Will Christie is in the ruck against Walsh, who Rowan McSparron said would ruck pretty much unchanged today, and he goes up, big thump down. Coming off half forward, Hawker. Did well, but wrapped up by Lloyd, not going anywhere. The umpire will come in, secondary bounce in the middle.
They haven't had much of a rest of the ruckman, have they?
No.
They've nearly been doing 95, 98%.
So ball up. Walsh and Christie. A good size, Christie, up against Henry Walsh. They both get a hand to it. Walsh trying to take it on. And the ball spills for Marnie. Oh, fresh air shot by Smart. Comes back to him in the tackle. Not going to be able to get away, Marnie. He somehow got a kick away to the side. Simpkin tried to get it away as well. He's wrapped up straight away. The umpire will come in and ball it up again. Your turn, Kingy. 5-6-36 Colac. Bell Park 4-6-30. We played 16 second term Port Phillip Berry's time clock.
Sun shining nicely here at Hamlin Park, although it's not overly warm with that breeze coming from the east and straight into the APCO Cafe 24/7 best seats in the house. Tap down by Christie. Roving work done for Bell Park. Quick kick out of there. Oh, he's going to land with Renitz, who floats one to half forward, but stretching and marking is Baker at right half back for Bell Park. Baker drives it towards half forward, wants Bright. Coming off to spoil was Ben McCarthy. Tracking it to the boundary line is Leah, and in front of the Bell Park bench, we'll get a boundary throw in. Dragons without a goal in the second term. That's gone 16 and a half minutes. Colac have kicked the 2 to take the lead. One through Garner, one through Hillman. Christie doing the ruck work for Bell Park against Henry Walsh. They engage. Christie winning the tap down, I reckon, that time. Here's Hamish Lucas through traffic, giving a handball up to Fulton. Fulton a high left foot kick. They'll compete about 15 from goal, and back with the flight, judging it best, is McCormack for Colac to relieve the situation for the Tigers.
Goes to the outer side. Oh, it's a dangerous kick, and bit a little bit more off than he could to Liam McCarthy. Kick comes back towards the top of the square again. Petering. Handball was okay to Sarcevic. Turned around the corner. Left foot kick across the face of goal and through for 1 behind. So that could have ended in real danger for Colac. But
it's just a little off the boil at the moment, J-Mac, isn't he? He's just...
Yeah, 4-7-31 the Parkers. Colac 5-6-36.
Walsh is having a rest and McGuan's come on to ruck.
Simpkin short to McCormack. That was Lockie Simpkin, and he goes wide and finds Liam McCarthy. McCarthy onto his left boot and finds McCormack. He's got it at the point of the square almost at right half back. He just retreats inside defensive 50, outer side, Calvert Street side of High Sushi Oval. Sees something he likes at centre half back, and mark taken for Colac. And it's Lockie Simpkin. He drives a beautiful kick to Joffy Simpkin. Joffy will go on his non-preferred left. Felikos is his target, but stretching and taking a good mark is Merkovic, who got some Geelong Falcons action last year. I think he might have played 4 games at NAB League level, and he was good there. He goes short to Lloyd. Lloyd almost at the back edge of the centre square with the footy. Looks up and sees about 32 players in front of him. He has a false start with the kick and then kicks very, very wide. McSparron stretches and marks and looks to send Bell Park into attack.
Goes now with the kick over the top at half forward. It's okay. Measure the pass to Worm, wants to play on. Tried to go right, then he has to come back. Corridor kick, turned it over. No, he did nicely in the end. And Hamish Lucas took the mark. He wanted to go short as well. Still going to be about 50 out from goal.
1 point territory.
Yeah, he gives it away by hand to Lloyd, who runs past. His kick was off the side of the boot as well. Goes deep into attack. McCarthy, his handball, needs some support back there. McGuan running in the ruck. Oh, Lockie Simpkin ripped off the football. McCarthy, now Joffy gives it away by hand. McCormack, he goes back. McCarthy around the corner, turned it over. And the mark has been taken there by Gorman. He'd be 50 out from goal as well. Right half forward. So under pressure, the Colac Tigers back line there. Gorman now Goes with the right foot kick, top of the square, pack to develop. Who's going to take the mark? Nobody in particular. Ball spills free. Is that a high tackle? The umpire said play on came towards Patton. Now Rennett's from deep in defence for Colac. Goes towards Hammond. He can't pick it up. Hawker under pressure, needs some support in the right forward pocket. Kick around the corner came from Lucas it was in the end, and he missed to the near side just and threw for one behind. So they go to 4-8-32 Bell Park, Colac 5-6-36, and that's on the Upco Cafe 24/7 K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
4-8-32, one for the math nerds. The old multiplication, there's not many of them. 3-9-27, 4-8-32, 7-7-49. Don't you laugh, Kirsch.
Yeah,
after you sat there last night.
That's great, King. That's fantastic.
Here's McGuan reefing a handball forward to McCormack at right half back. And now McCormack sending it long and finding a marking option, and it's Marnie. Marnie, a handball that he holds back, gives it off here to Ben McCarthy. Ben McCarthy over the head of Brown and onto the chest of Garner. Great build-up on the outer side from the Tigers. Just precision with their disposal. And the well-weighted kick onto the chest of Adam Garner, who has it with a man on the mark standing about 40 from goal. Right forward pocket will be a tough kick. He'll have the breeze pushing it away, so he'd have to start at right-hand goalpost, Kirsch.
Yeah, he will. Brown was pretty proactive then to defend, but the kick just carried a little bit over the top.
Adam Garner has kicked a couple this afternoon, sets it up, sends it on its way, and he has pushed it across the face. No surprise that with what the breeze is doing. And it's through for a minor score, and the margin is 5. 5-7-37 Colac, Bell Park 4-8-32. 21 minutes ticked over on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock in the second quarter of K-Rock football.
Short little kick in Christie, the ruckman, gives it wide by hand to Worm, who wants to go back to the top of the square. Oh, dangerous, but Mirkovic takes the mark. He plays on now, goes to the outer side with the kick. That's better. Darcy Brown takes it. Plays on, measuring the passes, lead up, or dangerous. Monahan across there against Patton. Was able to punch it away and see it over the boundary line, so the Tigers still into attack. 50 around from their goal. Ruck contest, McGuan still rucking Henry Walsh on the boundary line. Goats is back on for Bell Park. Contest favours McGuan, gets it down. Lang couldn't take it with him. Smart through the middle, got back towards McGuan. Handball back to Lang, under pressure, couldn't take it with him. Now he can, second effort, threw it out towards Felikos. Through the middle, Monahan wrapped up, not going anywhere in the end. The umpire says, give it to me, and he'll do a bit more work.
How good's this? We don't know the Newtown West score, but we know the last margin was 10 points. The biggest margin at the moment is 6 points in the 3 games that we can see the live score of. It's a good spot for the competition to be in. Here's Patton doing the roving. Left foot kick. Left half back for Bell Park. Went looking for a marking option in Christie. Couldn't mark. Knocked away by Rennett's. Patton came again. Geez, he works hard to the contest. He's not quick, but he just keeps motoring. He's in perpetual motion, is Lockie Patton. And he gets a stoppage for his team. Just 4 to the wing outer side. They trail by 5. 37 playing 32. Colac leading. Hope you're enjoying the call through KROC 955, kroc.com.au and the AFL Bar on Facebook live stream. From the ball up, head over the footy was Worm. He couldn't extract it from the contest. Spokes tried to get a handball back to Hammond. Hammond turned it over straight into the waiting arms of Patton, who was then wrapped up by McGuan. And we'll get another ball up. So just a lull in the contest for the moment. 4-8 playing 5-7. Just the 2 goals in this second term that's gone 23 minutes on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock.
Pushing Walsh deep forward.
Kershaw in the experts chair, one back gully Plant Farm matchup. 201 Townsend Road in Moolap. Here's Ben McCarthy, a handball back to Hammond, who fumbled at the inopportune time and is beset upon. And he's going to get a free kick because the umpire said that it might have been Fulton, who was a little bit overzealous in his attack on the footy. And the other member of Hall & Oates has got it.
So the ball back to McCarthy. Right in the last line of defence. Towards centre wing with the kick. And runs away from a couple of Tigers there, including and also Luke Goats. So we'll have a boundary throw in, out of side, Calvert Street side of the ground. It's a bit of a lull the last couple of minutes.
Needs something, doesn't it?
Yes, needs a spark.
Yep. We can't provide it. You guys have to.
Well, let's see what they can do. Goats, McGuan. Goats with a double fister down to the side. Hall to run onto it. And Rennett's was there as well. Monahan got the kick away towards half forward. Marty was going up. Mirkovic was there as well. Off hands, out of bounds, right half forward for the Tigers.
Just in a holding pattern at the moment. It's like it's got above Avalon and found out that there's too many planes on the tarmac and they just need to just stay in airspace over Leopold and wait their turn. From the boundary throw, and it's knocked away into the path of Lockie Patton. He can't take it.
Die hard too.
Yes.
I'll just have a quick word to Jacko Bright here. Jacko.
Oh, he's walked away from you, Nico.
Yeah, he's talking to the coach.
Yeah, probably a bit more important than you.
Barely.
Tapped down by Goats. Patton there, socket off the ground by Spokes, and good stretch and mark. Taking it left half back there.
Jacko, just a quick word, mate. A bit of a game of chess at the moment.
Yeah, it is a bit. Just no one's getting on the scoreboard at the moment, but it's a good contest though.
You're playing between the arcs.
Just trying to get a kick, mate. Not going very good at the moment.
Thanks, Jacko. Good on you, mate.
Jackson Bright there talking to Chris Nichols as McCarthy's kick that was intended for Malik and will eventually get to him. It wasn't paid a mark as it came off hands. Handball release. Chance to clear Liam McCarthy. Kick on the bounce. Rolling ball. Merkovic played it okay. Knocked it away, but only into the path of Scott. Head over the footy is Worm. Worm will see it out. Well, he kept it alive in the back pocket. That was good play. And then his neat little kick was okay. And they'll set up from inside defensive 50. Short kick is okay. That finds McDowell. There's that Hall. It's Hall, in fact. Hall receiving it from Gorman. Hall short to Lucas. Can't miss him in those very aqua boots. Hamish Lucas, as we said, wearing the number 7, vacated by the great Tim Sheringham. He goes inside defensive 50. Here's Brown, who's been pretty effective this afternoon, Kershaw.
He's
would have
been
thought
good.
in defence.
Yeah, he's certainly got the job done on McGuan anyway at the moment.
It's a good kick to Hall. Top of the 50 defensively. Takes the mark. Can chip through the middle to Lucas. He had to sit and wait though. Marnie came at him. He needs some support. Got some back towards Lucas. They're under pressure. McCormack left it behind. Monaghan didn't handball towards Simpkin on hands and knees. Through the middle. Bell Park might be able to break free through Lucas. They do. Right foot kick around the corner. Saw something out of the corner of his eye. It was Sarcevic. He goes the left foot. Kick goes up and the mark taken. 2 grabber. And the mark has been taken by Bright.
It's very good vision by Lucas. Well, he didn't execute the kick. The actual vision was terrific.
Execution.
Yeah, it was terrific.
He saw it out of the corner of his eye.
Absolutely brilliant.
And they got it to Jackson Bright, who has kicked 2 this afternoon. And this to give the home side the lead again, close to half-time. He will shoot from 40 out directly in front. He'll be kicking into the breeze a little bit.
Hostility between teammates coming up the ground for Colac.
He comes in, right foot kick. It's not going to make the distance. Is it off hands and through?
It's a long point.
It is.
Do you know that's their 4th or 5th long point or long shot on goal from outside 50?
Not happy with him, are you?
No.
Heath Jamison hated it.
You can work the arc a little bit until something actually opens up. You can actually use the ball better.
Liam McCarthy with a bounce and then a driving kick looking for Garner, who will get a free kick, in fact, before he took the mark because Lloyd was all over him like a cheap suit. And at left half back, Adam Garner for Colac with the footy. Drives it, looking for a marking option. Benstead back with the flight, not for the first time this afternoon. Takes a good grab. Kane Smart finds himself in a line of fire, and Benstead. That shock of red hair, you can't miss Steve Benstead. Along the line, he's going to kick it straight to Garner, I reckon. Garner flies, although good work by Lear to provide a spoil. Lloyd. And Worm on the siren. Now, it won't have the carry anyway. McCormack will mark it on his chest as half-time is signalled 28 minutes. We'll get some injury updates from him shortly, but we know that Charlie Sarcevic is out of the contest and was out early. This third quarter, thanks to Metricon, your local builder, and we're building strong. Here's Jace.
Stokes gets it down, but only as far, though, as Spokes, who goes forward for Colac, kicking to the southern end in this third term. Felikos tracks it back. Bell Park working hard. Baker from half back to half forward with the kick. Christie goes up, can't take the mark. Back of the pack. Malikan tried to get the handball out, and they get it towards Marnie. Has to backtrack, gives a short little handball around the corner to Lockie Simpkin. Puts it up at centre wing. Hall, he gets there for Bell Park. Felikos tries to rip the ball out of his hands. Ball spills free again. They keep going. They might be able to break free. Lloyd goes wide with the kick, punched away. McCormack at the back for Colac. Gives it to Williamson now. Lang takes the bounce. Half forward, measures the pass over the head, and McGuan chopped off. And good play, Brown at the back for Bell Park. It's been good.
He has been really good, Darcy Brown. Unheralded, short he goes to Lloyd. Darcy Brown playing just game number 3 this afternoon out of the Bell Park Juniors. Lloyd, the reigning best and fairest, to Benstead. Benstead, a driving ball towards right half forward. Sarcevic tried to work Melican off the footy. Melican with the spoil. Overrunning it was Goats near the boundary line, and it's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. So only Jack Sarcevic left in the contest after Charlie's injury a little bit earlier. Has he come back to the bench? Rock Dog, can you see young Charlie Sarcevic?
No, I don't think he is. Oh, I think he's changed, actually.
Thank you for that.
In the civvies.
Into the civvies, thank you. Boundary throw-in. Hurled back in towards Goats and Walsh. Walsh won the tap down, but it was rode by Patton. He gave it to Lucas, who had his kick well smothered. It's knocked away into the path of Cade Petering. He gives a handball back to Goats, tried to take on the tackler. It might have been Williamson trying to tackle. Kick inside 50 is okay. And the mark's taken by Nick Petering, who wants to play on quickly. Outside of the right boot, top of the square. Bright from 4 deep, couldn't hang on to it. It's knocked away by both Reynolds and Lockie Simpkin. Only as far as Worm. He makes no mistake there. He snaps beautifully. What a wonderful piece of front and square roving from Ben Worm. And he puts his contender up for a Lammy's Tavern goal of the afternoon. And Bell Park take back the lead. They're 5-9-39. Colac 5-7-37. Third quarter. K-Rock. Metricon scoreboard. At Metricon, you can build with confidence. Here's Matt Kershaw.
Well, we talked about no long points, and they just worked it out to a bit of a dangerous spot there. And you've got the high flyers, you've got your front and centres. That's just general football, isn't it?
Bread and butter.
Absolutely. And, geez, it's a good finish, though. You've got to finish. Give them to the finishers, and that was a great finish.
I know we talked about Darcy Brown just before, but 3 games, King. I mean, it's just like he's played, 93 games. He's taken on McGuan, Garner, with a plum.
Yeah. Hey, Worm's got the brightest boots out there, I reckon, Kingy.
The orange, yes.
They are the
Actually, no. The boundary umpire working...
yes, too. Yes, he's
the boundary umpire working the boundary side, the broadcast side. That is...
You buy him off the deck, too. I love it.
So you're right. Good call.
Back to the middle. Goats got it down. Lang to run onto it. Tries to get the arms free. Got the handball free to Marnie. Runs through the middle. Handball towards McGuan. Chopped off, though. The Parker's working hard across half-back. Wrapped up. Gorman. Now, Marnie's kick was smothered. Falls to Brown again. Handball. Kick was partly smothered up in the air. Goes back now. Dragons group free. Lucas at half-back. Goes towards half-foot centre wing. McCormack pushed under the football. Comes back. He has to go and track it back. His handball. Miss Melican is the target. He has to try and pick it up himself. Goes close to the boundary line out. Oh, holding the ball. Free kick. Bell Park. Left half forward.
It's Christie. Pulls a kick into the left forward pocket. Asks a lot there of Sarcevic. It's knocked away from him. Falls for Bright, though. Lost it in the tackle. Knocked away by Lockie Simpkin. Rolling ball. Surely a free kick coming back, and there will be for a hold coming back to Ben McCarthy in the right back pocket. Advantage is paid. McCormack will take it. He will kick to centre half back. That is dangerous, and it's going to be a free kick because Cade Petering didn't disguise his intent to keep Bailey Scott away from the footy very well, and Scott's got the free kick inside defensive 50. He comes laterally almost to the Colac interchange bench to Marnie. Marnie loops a handball over the top to Ben McCarthy, right in front of our best seats in the house at Co Cafe 24/7, and he's kicked it into the Bell Park coach's box, Ben McCarthy. And a skill error there from the Tiger. And it'll be a free kick for Christie. Call to play on. Sends it long. Bright in the best position to fly. Can't mark. Lockie Simpkin the spoil. No free kick for a hold against Simpkin, who just goes back, stands on the mark, and the players are not saying a word.
Geez, he did that well.
Bright sends a kick into a nest of Tigers, although the mark's dropped by Reynolds. Helped out the back by Melican. Now Reynolds with a well-weighted kick that's marked by Spokes at right half-back.
So Spokes got Simpkin short.
It's Reynolds like he's marked everything.
Yes. He goes short to Hammond in the middle. So he's called to play on now, Gomes. He goes with a left foot kick round the corner towards half forward. Goats comes up. Oh, nearly a Hamlet hanger. He got a hold, did he? Who did? The umpire's saying...
Goats is sore.
Goats is sore as well.
So is McGuan.
Yeah, he went over the top of McGuan in the marking contest.
It was a sickening collision, boys, actually.
How did he get the free?
I don't know how he got a hold. He was running from 3 deep and got a hold. So
he was 10 metres high.
Merkovic goes with the kick towards Christie. Over the back, falls to the front. Gorman off a step towards the square. Bright comes out, got a couple against him. Hammond comes back to help out. Falls towards Melican. His handball was to nobody in particular. Under pressure. Umpire says play on. Pack develops. Ball spills free. Handball over the top to Hammond. Going to be under pressure from Hall. And at half forward, the umpire lets it go. Ball comes to Lucas, played for a free kick, didn't get one. Ball tapped towards Simpkin, through the middle. Monaghan did nicely, gets it away to Hillman.
Hillman with a bounce. As soon as he took it, he strides along the wing and then sends a kick inside forward 50, a foot race. Smart going back with Baker. Smart, it bounces up into his chest. Tried to take on the tackle. Was able to shrug out, give it to McGuan. McGuan to Hillman. Hillman over the top, and Felikos will stroll into an open goal and give the Tigers back the lead. Great bit of strength shown inside the forward 50 for the Tigers that allowed the ball to eventually end up in the hands of the veteran Felikos. He kicks his second of the afternoon. Colac with their 6-7-43. Bell Park 5-9-39 in this third quarter, thanks to Metricon. Their new contemporary double-story display now open at Jen Finesford Display, featuring the best in modern coastal living. Open every day, 11 till 5.
Well, Hillman was terrific. Then he exposed Lloyd, because Lloyd wanted to just hover around that centre circle area, and Hillman went and got his own pill, and then just absolute blistering pace went past Lloyd as he's standing still, and then followed up with his kick and got the end of it, another handball. So that was Hillman's goal. Whilst he didn't kick it, it was his goal.
Bell Park have got that kick into the 50s, just let him down 4 times this quarter.
Yeah.
So back to the middle. Goats, Walsh, Lang through the middle. Marnie. Lang has had an influence in this third term. Right foot kick inside 50. Great kick. Put it out in front of Garner and said, lead on to that, brother.
That's all he needed to do.
And he did. And that was a great kick from Darcy Lang and Adam Garner, who's kicked 2. Chance for 2 in a minute for the Tigers. And kick one from this spot in the first term, Adam Garner. So he should have the...
Not going to curse him, but he's a beautiful kick.
Oh, the Kirsch curse. Here it is again, Adam Garner. Can he break the curse? He comes in, right foot kick. Look at that.
Go up, why did he move, Jason Doherty?
Adam Garner kicks his third. And the 7th for the Tigers, 7-7-49. They lead Bell Park 5-9-39. Metricon K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
A little bit of textbook Colac, that wasn't it? Straight down to Lang. Lang breaks through the front of the stoppage. Inside forward 50, Garner mark. Like, that's just as easy as football can be sometimes. It's just how long now Bell Park can maintain that pressure around the ball.
That's right, yeah. Colac just seemed to be... Personally, I think they're just a bit more on top of the ground at the moment.
Great to have Bell Park legend Dean Talbot listening to us on the Sunshine Coast, I believe, this afternoon through krock.com.au. Back in the middle, slunging the tackle and losing it. Well, getting a little kick away was Worm, but it's going to be Hawker getting a handball up to Monaghan, trying to get it back to Hawker, who overran the footy. Here's Cade Petering, bang, big tackle, dragged to ground on the cricket table, and it'll be a free kick. One there, might have been Cade Petering turning it over to Hawker, and it is. So Hawker with the resultant free kick. Middle of High Sushi Oval. I'll forever say Dean Talbot was best on ground in the 2011 Grand Final, but the umpires decided differently. That's no disrespect to Charlie Hallam. Kick inside 50, marked by Garner. Quick handball released to Simpkin. Simpkin sees an open goal square. Bouncing, and goaling. Joffy's got it. He put through his second of the afternoon, and they might have broken this game open, Colac. They go 16 points to the good. It's the biggest margin of the afternoon. They go to 8-7-55. Bell Park 5-9-39 in this third quarter. Thanks to Metricon, your local builder, and we're building strong.
We had a little bit of a appraisal at half-time and how we should see their Colac front half look. All of a sudden, Garner's been involved in goals. He got that terrific mark and played on. Hillman's been involved. That's where they're dangerous, when their front half gets up and going. Now all we need is McGuan to start going, and the game's sort of going to be put to bed pretty early.
Kane Smart's having a lot of work done on his left hamstring.
He is. He's in front of us here. Thanks to St John, got injury update there. Rock Dog. We'll keep an eye on him. Back in the middle, Walsh got it down. Marnie, who's had a good third term as well. Now McCarthy on the right boot, smothered. Close to the boundary line. Hammond, handball over the top towards Simpkin. Great handball on the outside to Monaghan. He tries to drill it towards Garner. His pickup was fantastic over the top. McGuan, he called for it. Kirsch too. He's in there close to the contest. And Pack develops about 20 out from the Colac goal, and we'll have a ball up.
It's funny when you're having a great day, the ball doesn't sit up for you. Like, if he was just in the game, that ball would have sat up for him, no worries. But not in the game, it runs away from you.
Lloyd's a bit sore for St John of God from that contest. Goats winning the tap down into the back pocket. Bell Park will look to clear, and the kick is going to go out on the full, I reckon. And no, it's going to bounce out. We've got a boundary throw-in, so good result. As Colac thought they'd got themselves a free kick for out on the full. Lee McCarthy was quick to kick quickly inboard.
I'm sure that was
It
out
was
the
out
full.
the full, yeah, from me.
So the
Easily.
discussion is a discussion taking place between field umpire and boundary umpire, and boundary umpire is adamant that it'll come back and be a boundary throw, and Colac will argue well, they're not going to argue because you just can't do that anymore.
Poor old.
Well, that's a wrong decision.
Yeah, the boundary umpire was miles away. That was the problem.
Daniel McKenzie will tell you that you can't do anything. Walsh and Goats, maybe Goats from behind winning the tap down, but the roving by Lang, who then kicks precisely on his left, looking for a marking target and finds one in McGuan. Good strong jukes from the veteran in game 253. Just clutched it. Vice-like grip, and we've seen it for so long, 16, 17 years, Jake McGuan.
What about that balk by Lang?
It's just his left foot's like his right. It reminds me of the old Frank Fabiani. He didn't know whether he's left or right.
Yes, that's right.
McGuan, man on the mark, stands about 45 from goal. McGuan just sets out to the right a little bit, now sends a kick on its way. He's got underneath it slightly. They'll compete on the line. Garner couldn't mark. Lloyd front of the pack. He's happy to reef it through for a rush behind. And it is a minor score. And the margin is 17. Under pressure here, the Dragons. They've conceded 3 consecutive goals after kicking the first, and now they've got problems again.
Oh, they have, because Lloyd tried to kick it in, and he was looking straight down the ground to Purcell, turned the ball over. Darcy Lang chopped it off and took the easy mark, and will shoot for goal from 45 out directly in front.
It's a slow play. There was no net behind there, see? So there was.
That's what it was.
Everyone had time to man up.
Correct. So Darcy Lang, who has kicked 3 behinds this afternoon, he's going to kick left or right. He's going to kick left. He comes in.
He's kicked on his left.
He has kicked on his left, and he should have kicked on his right because he's missed that one as well. 4 behinds to the co-coach this afternoon.
Left is his preference for distance now because of the issues he's had with
of course. Yeah, but that was so natural though, wasn't it?
8-9-57 Colac, Bell Park 5-9-39 Metricon K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
There's a deep conversation here with Smart. He might be done for the day with his hemi.
Okay, thank you for that. Chris Nichols down boundary side, and our injury updates for St John of God, your emergency specialist, open 24/7, Myers Street in Geelong. Short kick is marked by Christie from Benstead, who got the free kick in the marking contest from the kick in. Will Christie sends it on its way towards half forward, bright front position. It's going to be a free kick against McCarthy, I reckon, for a hold in the contest. And it'll come back to Jackson Bright, but gee, they've got precious little else in terms of marking targets inside forward 50 at the moment, the Dragons. He just sets it up for somebody to run on to, and Lucas stretches and marks, almost uncontested. But he's still at fair distance from home. I think McSparron was just loitering with intent, so Lucas now just kicks towards the goal square. Goats couldn't mark. Walsh did some really good roving below his knees and gave a handball to Marnie, who circles back into the back pocket and goes across the face of goal. It was a high kick, but plenty of time here. Is that Hillman working back inside defensive 50? High kick wanting Falikos, who's really a sitting duck at the moment. Sarcevic and Merkovic brought it to ground. Lloyd the roving. Handball released to Fulton. It was Purcell. Gorman involved now. Benstead a kick very wide, and Lucas will have to track it on the bounce.
And he does. He picks it up at right half forward. Runs around, right foot kick, top of the square. Goats is there off the back. Marnie coming across McCormack for Colac. He can't pick it up, needs some support. Comes out himself. Handball over the top to the call. Now Marnie. Handball inboard towards Simpkin. Running through. Does nicely. Ben McCarthy at half back towards half forward. McGuan has to work his way up. Brown does nicely. Hamlin Hanger contender Darcy Brown under pressure and takes the mark.
I'm really impressed with this guy.
Brown short to Gorman. Gorman's got it next to the cricket pitches, middle of High Sushi Oval. Searching lead coming from Nick Petering. Haven't seen a lot of him since the opening term. Worked off it by Walters, who found the loose footy. Gave it off by hand to Rennett. Rennett might be out there towards Scott. Scott now just kicking for space, asking Hawker to run onto the footy. Does so. Wrapped up by Lucas, but gave it back. Scott fires a handball forward about 25 metres to Lang. Confronted by Gorman. Left foot kick underground was intended for McGuan. It stayed in the field of play. Brown couldn't get it out. McGuan snapped and McGuan gold. Brown thought he'd done enough to get it out of play. McGuan pounced on the loose footy, snapped it through, and the margin is 24 in the blink of an eye. 9-9-63 Colac, Bell Park 5-9-39 on the third quarter K-Rock Metricon scoreboard. The new reverse living display home now open at 4 Appleby Street. Kerr Lewis McGuan with his first of the afternoon and 4-4-2 of his career. Matt Kershaw, explain.
Well, I think Brown was he was in the best position of anyone on the ground. Then he was proactive. He was coming at the ball. he just didn't take it over the line after he dropped the mark. But go back here. I know we've said it a few times today, Bailey Scott's work rate to get on the start of a chain and then get on the end of a chain is enormous. He is having a fantastic day when he's got ball out in space. Hillman was good down back too, Mono. He's worked his ass off to get, worked his butt off to get back down there, and then he was in the end of forward 50 again. So
you're not at home now.
No, correct. No, he was fantastic, Hillman.
Simpkin from the middle again, deep forward for Colac. Lloyd, handball, under pressure to Baker. He's under pressure from Hawker. He kept him there. Hawker put the tackle on as well and did nicely. Ball spills free. Comes back to Hawker. He did beautifully. Handball on the up to Smart back on the ground. He's handball towards Lang in the pocket. Handball over the top. Numbers with Bell Park, though. Happy to see it through for a rush behind Patton. And it is through for that behind. So they go to 9-10-64 Colac. 5-9-39 Bell Park.
Darcy Lang's and everything as well.
He is murdering it in the third term. And the ball into Hall.
Hall marks inside defensive 50. They just are really struggling to find a way out.
Colac's leaders have really stood up this quarter.
Yep, they really have.
Kick wide, and the mark taken by Darcy McDowell. Left half back in front of the Risen Pavilion. Kicks to the wing, wanting McSparron. He won't get to the contest. I think Walters might have got a fist, knocked it out of bounds. Dustin rather. Aaron not in the side at the moment. And we'll get a boundary throw in. You saw Kane Leeson earlier, and we're having a quick chat with him. Nick Aaron gave you a bit of an update on how he's tracking off back of a knee, Rico.
Yeah, he's got full intention of playing this year. That could be a month away, could be 6 weeks away, but he's feeling fantastic, he told me.
Yeah, he looks fit too. He's doing the running. He's in the pink for the Colac side. From the boundary thrown, Felikos the roving, tried to get it up to McGuan. McGuan under pressure, just fired a handball up the chimney that Spokes was able to take, and he ran away from the contest beautifully. Kick into the pocket, looking for Garner on a lead. Oh, Brown will win a free kick, surely. Umpire didn't see it. Benstead, thankfully, they're cleaning up to give to Baker. Baker a floater, and Gorman did well around his knees to take a tough-to-mark ball, and he's got it just inside defensive 50, but Darcy Brown is waiting for a free kick that will never come.
How did that?
Still looking.
That's unbelievable how that wasn't paid.
Short kick to Lucas. He goes along the line towards centre wing. Hall got it away. Merkovic under pressure. His handball slung in the tackle. Back to Hall. Kick over the side towards Christie on centre wing. The big fella has to track it back. Felikos tracks him. He wants to get it back on his right boot. Then he draws a player, gives it back to Goats, the two big guys. Short little kick's okay. And he finds Patton. He plays on. Left foot kick inside 50. Good for McSparrow to run onto it and take the mark. And that's what Kirsch wants from Bell Park. That's what the coach wants too, I suspect.
That's what the Bell Parkians want, because that's the ball movement you want going into forward 50. No one's going to beat you on a lead with that kick.
It's rare clean ball, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Christie did very well then.
He did. He
Bell
didn't panic.
Parkians.
The Bell Parkians.
The Dragons.
You're just making it up as you go along, I tell you. Seriously. You stayed up too late last night with
Irrelevant stats.
yes.
with irrelevant stats.
And it wasn't watching GWS in St Kilda.
No, it wasn't.
not.
It was watching a series. of
Can't
some
watch that
description.
anymore.
Rom-com.
Wade McSparrow rom-com. And next you're going to tell me it was Notting Hill. Watch out. Friends. McSparrow comes in, 45 out, left foot kick. They need it. Gee whiz, he was straight to
Pow.
That was
Loved
it.
it.
Straight through the middle, Wade McSparrow kicks his first of the afternoon. Much needed goal for the home side. 6-9-45. They trail Colac 9-10-64. Metricon K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard. Thanks to Metricon, your local builder, and we're building strong. Here's Matt Kershaw.
Very quickly, a very wry grin from Rowan McSparron. And I feel like yelling out, best kick in your family.
I don't know if you would have been happy with the celebration.
I think he just ordered 2 pots. He said, Dad, it's 2 pots next.
Best kick in the family. You got to love being at the GFL, don't you? The coaches' boxes are so close. We can have that little banter.
It's good that he batted back. That's the best. The back of the middle, Hall tried to take it out. They might have something here, Bell Park, if they can get it free, but they can't because Simpkin gets it away to Marnie, who's had a massive third term. Monahan's in there as well. Hall did nicely, tried to drag it back in for Bell Park. Pushed it forward. Now coming back around the corner, McDowell. Kick over his shoulder. Malikan in the middle. Did nicely. Got a hold anyway. Positioned himself beautifully, Jack Malikan. And he'll take the free kick for Colac.
Hard for Lear there. Kick towards right half forward. It's a well-weighted kick, but marking over the left shoulder. It's taken by Bailey Scott for Colac. Handball inboard. Finds a man in Joffy Simpkin. Simpkin from 48 metres. Oh, long, beautiful ball. Joffy likes it.
This guy's a freak.
He kicks his third of the afternoon and second of the quarter. It's a Lammy's Tavern goal of the afternoon contender. The quick reply pushes the margin out to 25. 10-10-70 Colac. Bell Park 6-9-45. And Rowan McSparron doesn't care that he's not the best kick in his family because his side leads by 25, approaching three-quarter time.
I think, out of all fairness, Kingy, to bring this game even, he can't play the rest of the game.
He was gassed.
Simpkin.
He meant Lang.
Take him off and let's get this contest back to a close one. They both would have had 30 already.
Easily.
You can't play anymore.
Joffy's just walked past. Joffy's just walked past.
He makes this game look too easy, doesn't he?
Curse, you can't play anymore. It's like in the schoolyard.
Two awards, I think. Two Leopold Sporty awards at the moment.
He's just great to watch. Absolutely brilliant.
From the middle, Bell Park up towards McSparron. Can't take the mark. And through the middle, handball came back from Walters to McCormack. Now to Renitz, runs through half-back. Terrible kick. Wormburner. Hall did nicely. He's had a good third term too. Inside 50 again. Big pack there over the back. No mark taken at the front. Renitz again. This time the handball hits the target. Spokes for Colac. Runs around in a circle, then gets the kick towards Monaghan. Oh, the one-hander if you don't mind. Play on quickly inside to Walsh. Had to sit and wait for it, and the big fella did nicely.
He did, and he got a handball on the up to Spokes, cruising by. They're running all over them at the moment. He kicks inside 50.
Oh.
Mark taken by Hillman, hit the ground running, ran away from Merkovic and
missed.
Should have done better. Just hasn't been Luke Hillman's day this afternoon. The margin is 26. He has 1 goal, 1. And 10-12, actually, margin is 26, 10-11-71, playing 6-9-45. K-Rock, third quarter Metricon scoreboard at Metricon. You can build with confidence.
So Merkovic with the ball at full-back for Bell Park. Chips the ball in. Purcell takes the mark. Just about 20 out from goal.
Just keep an eye on Cody Spokes, Nico. Looks like he's limping with a knee.
So ball short to Hall. He goes with the left boot. Out long. Onto centre wing. Oh, good mark. Worm. One hand. A couple of one-handers in the last couple of minutes. Called to play on now. Gives the handball out.
He's coming off Kirsch.
McDowell runs towards half forward. Free kick. No. Umpire said play on. No push. Colac at the back. Kick around the corner. Oh, gee, where's Marnie? He's brought his own footy in the third term too. Chips the ball out to Walters. Still at defensive 50. Just holds the ball up for Colac. Now he drives it back towards McCormack. Centre half back by himself. Can run free through the middle. Draw a player. Handball over the top. Going to be under pressure now. Nobody was there. Bell Park had the numbers. Coming back. Fulton with a don't argue. That is holding the ball. And it certainly is. And Colac will take the free kick. And McCormack will be very happy that they've been able to rectify that situation for the Tigers.
Yeah, Ben McCarthy and
Spokes his right knee, boys. He's really feeling it. He's going for a walk, but he's not happy.
Well, keep an eye on that for St John of God. Thanks, Nico. Your emergency specialist now open 24/7. Short kick on McCormack from the free kick mark by Simpkin. Simpkin just chips one over the top for Hillman, who stretches, and despite the best efforts defensively of Purcell, has taken the mark. Probably too far out to score. Swings out on the right boot, sends it long, looking down there for Marnie, who has to play spoiler against the bigger goats. That was probably a smart play in the end from Marnie.
Really smart.
Well, sorry, he was in no position to mark, had to play spoiler from front on, did well, got it out of bounds and a stoppage for his team in the right forward pocket. So as the breeze has dropped off slightly here at Hamlin Park, attacking to the southern end has become a little bit easier. Boundary throw in, tapped down by Goats, rolling ball into the pocket. Patton is there, and it might end up out of bounds again, will it? It will. Might have been Worm slung in the tackle. And also Marnie, the two number 10s. And there's actually going to be a free kick going to Worm, I think, maybe for a sling tackle.
Yep.
Worm, left back pocket, long way from home. He wants the corridor, so it's an attacking kick, and it's a well-weighted one, and the mark taken by Fulton is good.
He goes with a kick, and they're out in the back here, Bell Park. They can run free and go through. Merkovic, handball over the top. McDowell, if it sits for him, he runs in. 40 metres out, right foot kick around the corner, open, goal square! Darcy McDowell kicks the goal. Lammy's Tavern goal of the day contender. from Darcy McDowell, and quick transition from the Parkers, and they get their 7-9-51. They trail Colac 10-11-71, and that is on the Metricon K-Rock third quarter scoreboard. Kirsch.
Best way to attack the game of football when the chips are down is to hit the corridor, and Worms kicked to Fulton. Fulton's kick out in front of his teammate was absolutely 2 kicks and they're at 100. You know, absolutely brilliant football. Inside forward 50, gives themselves an opportunity.
Great skill from Worm. And they'd love another one before 3 quarter time.
They need 2 in a row.
They just haven't been able to get that sort of momentum going.
But that was really good football. That's as best as you'll see from any side in the competition.
To toss it up. Goats and Walsh to go at it again. Goats pointing the tap down, this time into the path of Patton, who controls it nicely onto his left boot. Goes into the left forward pocket, bouncing ball. Liam McCarthy will be first there. He's on his non-preferred side. He'll want to come back on his left boot, so he's happy to concede some ground to McCormack. It barely went 15, but he marks in the right back pocket in front of the Bell Park Rec Club. Under the scoreboard, thanks to Metricon, that says a 20-point Colac lead, so he goes short to Lockie Simpkin. Still about 5 metres from his defensive goal next to the right-hand or left-hand behind post, depending on who you're following. He brings it towards half-back, where Ben McCarthy is all alone. He can take it and run. Kicks to the wing, wanting McGuan. Worked Brown off the footy. McGuan did well to find the footy, a loose ball, and gave a handball off to Scott. Scott sees something he likes on the cricket pitch. He made Big Walsh stretch, who kicked in the same motion. A high kick up the shot tower. Goats worked McGuan off the footy and took a good mark.
Brown is cramping.
Yeah, he's struggling, and he's going to get the ball coming in his direction, and Bright calls him out of it. Can't take it off his bootlaces, but then did recover, and a kick on the 45 is good for Christie to drop the mark, Chase.
But he picks it up and gets a second chance, goes back in the middle. Benstead right in the middle of High Sushi, gets it short to Baker. Now he goes further afield, out wider, just playing possession game now. Now inside Gorman, but turned it over. Colac had the numbers at the back. Lockie Simpkin can run away. Handball. Forward now. They get it through. Simpkin back to Spokes. He goes with a short kick towards Hillman. Punches it on, not very far. Ball spills free. Spokes again. Handball at the back to Williamson. His handball back. Simpkin, Joffe. Gets the handball out further afield. Hawker gets around one. Looks for some support. Has to get around again. Can he get around Purcell? Takes a bounce. Backs himself. Right foot kick towards half forward. Benstead at the back. Numbers against him. Lang. Got McGuan on the outside. Gives it to him by hand. He goes with the outside of the right boot. Felikos takes the mark. Runs into goal and kicks it. And he has kicked his third of the afternoon. Dean Felikos. Great movement by Colac again. And that is their 11th, 11-11-77. They lead Bell Park 7-9-51. Metricon K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Bell Park's pressure on the outer side of the ground was pretty good, actually. They kept him in a sort of triangle there for about 30 to 40 seconds. It was just that last tackle that they were able to break through, and then they were out. And you get it in the hands of Simpkin again and Lang again. They're the same players involved in all the chains, and you're in a bit of trouble.
Hawker really kept his head.
It was terrific, and kept his feet. He was terrific. Yep. Out of bounce, got it forward. Yeah, no, good play, Colac. Back half stood up well then.
Margin is 26. Third quarter, thanks to Metricon, your local builder, and we're building strong. Umpire tosses it into the air for Walsh and Goats. They nullify each other, and it spills for Lang, who a no-look handball forward, asking Spokes to run onto the footy. Must have recovered from that knee issue, and he's going to get a free kick that's taken high by Sarcevic. Wants to go on with it quickly. He does. Gives a handball off to Lang. He'll kick on his non-preferred left, but now the preferred. Oh, and the mark. Last man standing, Hillman. While everybody else was flailing around him, Hillman stood in the one position, and the ball just straight into the mitt from the class of Darcy Lang.
Now, obviously it's radio, you won't be able to see at home, but Lloyd started on Hillman, and when there was that dispute in the middle on the free kick, Lloyd went straight to a zoning position, and Hillman went to the hit-up, and Hillman takes the mark.
Hillman hasn't really been his afternoon, but a chance to kick a second and to make the margin a game-high 32 points. He makes no mistake, Luke Hillman. So he has a couple, and Colac now have 12, and the margin is out beyond 5 goals. 12-11-83 Colac. Bell Park 7-9-51 in this third quarter, thanks to Metricon. Their new contemporary double-story display now open at Jen Finesford Display, featuring the best in modern coastal living. It's open every day, 11 till 5. Here's Matt Kershaw.
We talk about the best players getting ball in hand, but obviously the other players around him, like we've mentioned, Hawker and Bailey Scott's been really good when he gets ball in hand. So they really complement each other well. Larry Gomes has been pretty good out here on this wing as well. So they actually complementing the good players with, or the better players with the younger players. Got a really good mix.
So back in the middle, Goats and Walsh. Tigers just settling in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Ball from Lang to Spokes. Tumbling punt inside 50. Benstead runs back with a flight of the footy at 3/4 time.
Just gave it to him on a silver platter that quarter, and all their clearance work come from Henry's good work in the air. So, geez, they're about even at the minute.
Final quarter for Apco Cafe 24-7. Here's Jace.
So Walsh gets it down. Marnie, he can't take it with him, no. Ball spills free. In the middle, Worm gets it towards half forward for Bell Park. They need a quick start, the Parkers. Coming across the half-forward flank. The Tigers working overtime. They get it away to Spokes, who rides the bump. He needs to get rid of the ball. He does. Handball over the top. Simpkin to Walsh. Turns around Big Henry. Thought about the kick. Gets it away to Falikos by hand to Williamson. Runs into a tackle and drops the footy. Lloyd puts the tackle on, and Ben Lloyd will take it at half-back for the Parkers.
Lloyd sees something he likes. It's Merkovic at the point of the square at right half-back. Tucks it under the arm and runs away from Garner. Kick doesn't have enough carry. No, Rennett's stretching and knocking it to his advantage and marking on the rebound. He quickly gets it over the top to Williamson in the long sleeves. Handball off to Joffy Simpkin. Simpkin pulls the kick to the advantage of Garner. Brown was with him all the way and kept his feet and roved it nicely on ground level. Handball back. We'll ask a little bit of McDowell, who on the outside of his right boot needs to be precise with the kick, and he wasn't when he went looking for Cade Petering, and it's out of bounds for a boundary throw, and it's knocked away into the right forward pocket. Tigers in attack, attacking the sports club end of the ground. Nick Petering just gone quiet since a big first quarter. I think he kicked 1 goal 2, but a little bit quieter since. And we've got a boundary throw in the right forward pocket with 1 minute and a quarter gone on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Port Phillip Ferries, there's no better way to travel.
So McGuan's going to do the ruck work up forward for Colac, up against Goats. Goats gets it down with the left fist. Handball back towards Worm off a step. Towards half back with the kick. Simpkin Lockie wheels around on the left. Cross half forward. Lang, good mark. Merkovic at the back. Does nicely. Just stood there, took the mark.
Shows a bit, this kid, doesn't he?
He does. He goes nicely. He wants to drive it forward. Give him a wrap, and that's what he does. He turns the ball over. Good on you, Kirsch.
Malikan. One to Rennett's now. Yeah.
Malikan takes the mark. Got Williamson by himself. 55 out. Can go for goal. He wheeled back into traffic and got the ball across 50. Saw something he liked there. It was Bailey Scott, and he takes the mark, and will still 55 from goal, but probably on a better angle with the breeze.
He'll go back, kick a long point.
I'll tell you what, he's pretty happy with himself. He's gone back on the Glenn McGrath.
Oh, Ben Brown.
And it's Ben Brown. He's in the middle of high sushi as he comes in.
Kick this up high, be no problems for him.
So Bailey Scott comes in now. He plays on, wheels around, and he has munged it to the pocket, and the ball's still in play. About 20 out from goal. And free kick fouled, push, umpire, and the kick away after from Smart.
Was not so smart.
No, it's 50.
Not so smart, and 50. So Bell Park to repel that attack and bring it into the middle of High Sushi.
Hawker, Monahan, Walters and Hammond all ready to come onto the ground. They're going to do the mass change. It's like the 5-on, 5-off in junior basketball.
It is. Bailey Scott's probably thinking, I can't kick 55 and I'm not doing that again.
No, lesson learned.
Point the difference at Mars, 56 playing 55 with a 5.5 to play.
Leopold Sport is a complete family venue. That didn't appear to be 50. But anyway, Worm with the result, or Christie with the resultant free kick, went across the face of goal to Benstead, who finds the presenting Fulton, who's got it. Point of the square, right half back. Fulton on the 45. Didn't go 15 according to the umpire, so Ben Lloyd straight under pressure from his Geelong VFL teammate and Liam McCarthy. Fulton went to go off the ground, little toe poke to his own advantage, but his handball turned over. Marnie taken without it. Umpire said play on. Worm trying to get a handball through traffic, bursting his way through Spokes, but he left the footy. Worm a handball off to Christie. Christie towards right half forward. Bright presenting up, couldn't complete the mark. Ball comes to ground. Bright does his own roving, dumped by Malikan. Falikos is there, so's Henry Walsh. Clean hands, fired it into space. Here's a chance for Marnie to give to Williamson, to give to Falikos. Middle of High Sushi. Kicks inside 50. McGuan sets himself. Brown, a wonderful spoil.
And they go across the ground. Baker gets there first, can't take it with him, needs some support. Smart stands up as well. Monahan just on the ground. Pack develops. Umpire will come in and ball it up.
North Shore within 10 points of St Mary's.
Wow.
Spokes is just feeling that knee again, boys. He's just come off again.
Yep, keep an eye on him. Rock dog for St John of God. He just came off the ground then. Joffy Simpkin was coming off for a rest and he had to go straight back on. So free kick found, and it's going to come to Colac. I think it was a hold in the contest, and Brodie Marnie has the free kick. Will shoot for goal from just inside 50. The northern end of the ground. So Marnie, who hasn't kicked a goal yet this afternoon, it's 32 the difference. We've been playing 5 on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. He comes in.
Skillful footballer.
Oh,
should kick this.
You and the curse, I'll tell you.
No, the curse is gone.
The curse is gone. And he's put it up there, and he has missed it. And through, the curse is back. Marnie.
Curse is back.
Kicks A behind. They go to 12-12-84. Colac, Bell Park 7-10-52. APCO Cafe 24/7. Final quarter. K-Rock scoreboard.
So kicking duties are with Benstead, who just runs his full measure out of the goal square and he wants to bang it straight up the middle to Bright. That was a tough mark and he took it well in the hands. It was a helicopter-style kick from Benstead and he was able to juke it well. Bright goes wide, sees something he likes on the bounce. Patton had a fit of the fumbles. McCormack buffeted him off the foot. He cleared a path for Joffy Simpkin, who gave a handball up to McCormack, and the former Lara Cat sends it high towards centre half forward front position. No mark. Lang knocked away from behind by McDowell. Benstead cleaned up the loose footy outside of the right boot. Going to ask Merkovic to do some work here. Merkovic will track it. The similarly shooted Hammond comes at him. Merkovic steps around him. Kick towards half forward and a good stretch and mark by Christie. They can make that on true centre wing. In fact, looks to draw the man on the mark in Walters. Handball off to a runner going past in Nick Petering. Petering's high ball's a poor kick. And coming in up and meeting it full-chested is the Tigers skipper in Malikan, who goes straight across the face of goal where he's got Bailey Scott.
And Scott now goes further afield. They've broken him out the back. Now Simpkin's got it. And he's not allowed to play anymore, Kirsch said, because he's had so much of it. He goes, he's turned the ball over.
He's evening it up.
Yeah, hang on a minute. He's giving the ball away. He's making the backyard free for everybody.
He was kicking it to Darcy Lang too, might I add.
McDowell gets it over the top. And Tigers had the numbers. There's Hawker, who runs free at half back, goes towards half forward, wobbly punt kick, goes to the side. Goats doesn't sit for him. Smart comes in at 50, wrapped up by Benstead, not going anywhere. He gets up in the tackle. He drops the footy, needs some support. Lang pushed off it without it. The umpire says hold, play advantage. No, it's coming back. And it will be a free kick to Darcy Lang.
Just before we go a bit further, there was great use of the thesaurus by Kingy.
Right. The shoot. Oh, yes, it was very nice.
I picked it up, mate. Don't worry.
Well done. Good work. Lang runs in from 45 out.
On his left.
That's a goal.
On the left.
If you don't mind.
And just pops it through for a
let's
goal.
put that through
if you
for
don't
45.
mind. It's as easy as you like, Darcy Lang. And he has kicked his first of the afternoon after kicking 4 behinds earlier, and they go to 13-12-90. Colac, Bell Park 7-9, 51 at Co Cafe 24/7. Final quarter. K-Rock scoreboard.
I'll tell you it was good then. Smart in the stoppage to be able to get himself up off 2 Bell Park players and just keep the momentum of that ball going. But, geez, some class rises to the top, doesn't it?
I know Bell Park have been competitive all day, but they just don't want to let this blow out to a 10-goal loss now. They've been good all day.
Well, that's the issue, isn't it? They just haven't been able to string 2 together and...
2 minutes to play at Mars. The Crows 7 points in front.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Walsh and Goats. Walsh winning the tap down, almost doing his own roving. Here's Monaghan stepping out of a tackle, getting a handball to Joffy Simpkin, who somehow found space. A handball on the bounce intended for Smart. Smart will run onto it because Gorman couldn't get a handle on it. McGuan over his shoulder. Falikos. Hammond freed his arms, missed spokes, and now it's picked up by Baker, who gave it to Patton. Patton to left half back, and Sarcevic presenting up, as you'd expect a Sarcevic to do. Takes a good strong mark. He goes short to Lloyd. Lloyd feigned a handball. Instead, will get off the mark and kick to centre half back, where Baker has taken it for the Dragons. He will bring it broadcast side. Best seats in the house. APCO Cafe 24/7. It's a well-weighted kick for Benstead. Within interchange Gates has marked. Benstead, just munged it off the boot. He's bounced it straight to Simpkin. Joffy, don't argue, McDowell. Handball up to Malikan. Runner coming through Spokes. Hawker. Here's Joffy Simpkin again. Kick inside forward 50. Looking for Garner in a 2-on-1. Couldn't complete the mark. On ground level, couldn't find it. 3 Dragons there. Benstead, one of those. Lost it in the tackle, and the umpires pinged him. Gee, it was hot. Steve Benstead knows he can't argue. He does ask the question of the umpire. Slightly turns his hands out, not Dan McKenzie style or similar, but it was just a slight little, I'm not sure.
Well, he's very lucky in this day and age.
But they will ping you for anything these days.
Oh, don't ever get us started.
But maybe some common sense being shown by the umpire there.
No,
We watched a series last night instead of watching that sort of stuff.
Yes.
I nearly walked away from it today.
Kicked a goal in every quarter, needs
goodness.
to stand this right-hand goal post. He didn't. He started at left-hand goal post and tugged it further left, Adam Garner. And he now has 3 goals, 2 by my count for the afternoon. And it is now 13-14-92, or 13-13-91, in fact, Colac. Bell Park 7-9-51, final term. Thanks to APCO. Today's game fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7. We've got you.
Might need a new high sushi sign on that net too one day,
So
Jace.
it's been given some stick, I think, at training. Lloyd kicks it in. Benstead. He takes the mark. Short. Lucas, defensive 50. So just got to move it now at all costs. 40 the difference, Bell Park. They hit it up towards Christie, had to punch it on in front, couldn't take the mark. At the back, Spokes back on the ground, did nicely, handballed it up to Lockie Simpkin. He gets it outboard. The handball back in. They're just playing with it at half back, and Walters takes the mark.
Walters in those blue boots, you can't miss him. Inboard he comes to Ben McCarthy, gives a handball off to Hillman very quickly because it didn't go 15, the kick, and then the handball to Walsh. He had to take on the bounce back to Ben McCarthy. Now off to Renitz. Renitz, a driving kick for McGuan, who falconed off either his chest or his head. Take your pick, but he's going to track the ball to the boundary line. He can't take control of it. Benstead hits the ground, and Darcy Brown with another cramp for St John of God, Nico. He's had a big afternoon, the young man.
He's been fantastic today, actually.
No wonder he's
been
cramping.
really
He's
good.
had some work to do.
We'll get a boundary throw in left forward pocket. The Bell Park trainer making his way to Darcy Brown, who's just trying to stretch the calves out. Tapped down by Walsh, roving Lockie Patton, handball under duress, lands with Hammond of Colac. He just sets it up, asking McGuan to fly from the side, couldn't mark. Brown got there to provide a contest and a spillage. Benstead, the clearing kick, touched off the boot. Patton dumped in a Walters tackle. We'll get a ball up at left half forward. Colac in attack. They lead by 40 in this final term that's gone 11 and a half minutes on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock.
The Western Bulldogs kicked a goal with 7 seconds left. They're a point down.
Oh, 7 seconds.
7 seconds to go. So I think the Crows are going to hang on there. Marnie
That would be a win of the ages, wouldn't it, for him?
over the top of the pack at half forward. All the ball, he needs to get rid of it. He just let it go for Spokes, who balled his way through, did nicely in the end, needs some support, tried to get it up, and needs a free kick just for effort there,
doesn't he?
Spokes. Now the ball, Lang in the middle, he just threw it to Spokes, who gave it to Marnie, who gave it on the outboard to Smart, needs to pick it up, give it to Hawker, no, he gives the kick up high, up the chimney, Hillman, good mark. Hamlin hanger at the back by Benstead, who just stood there and did beautifully and chipped the ball to Hall.
Bit going on off the footy between Patton and Monaghan. They're having a real tate-a-tate as Patton comes towards the
I
boundary.
think Hillman's done his arm, boys. Is it? No, it's not Hillman.
As McCormack at the back of the pack takes a nice mark. So is it Hillman,
It is
left
Hillman,
shoulder?
yeah. Shoulder or arm.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on that. Medical staff going towards him, St John of God. Little kick of Ben McCarthy is okay to Lockie Simpkin. He's got it at the back edge of the centre square. He comes into the cricket table where, well, just broadcast side of McCormack. Hillman might be a stinger.
It's a stinger, mate. It's the classic.
McCormack short. McCarthy again with the footy. That's Ben. McCarthy's have had plenty of it. He goes back to McCormack, and they are in the same Supercoach team.
Made each other captain.
Yeah. He goes laterally to Lockie Simpkin, who I think is also in that triumvirate.
Where's Joffy?
And he goes short.
He's in. He's on his own.
Walters onto the chest of Hawker, and they're just toying with him now. Colac, this game's over. They lead by 40. Hawker, who's been a revelation early, driving it long inside 51 at Garner, back of the pack. Baker, that was clean hands for Bell Park, and he'll bring it broadcast side looking for an out.
Oh, Joffy goes at the back, can't take the mark, or he puts the pressure on though. Now Gomes through the middle, does nicely. Hammond, he's handball to Falikos, gets him through. Oh, he just tried to toe poke it on the outside. Bell Park get it away. It's all Colac though, 3-on-1. They raffle it. Lockie Simpkin wins the raffle on centre wing, plays on quickly, back to whence it came. Goes towards McGuan, who comes out, can't take the mark at the front. Falikos, McGuan's second effort was great. He threw the ball though, the umpire said yes he did. And the Parkers will take the free kick.
I'd hate to think of the margin without Brown and Benstead this afternoon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And now Lloyd switches the play. Oh, terrible kick, though. Straight into the arms of Williamson, who just stood his ground, didn't have to move. And the ball hit him right on the chest, and he goes to Felikos, who will have the ball about 45 out directly in front from goal.
So do you reckon Shane Jack, when he's talking to Shane O'Brien during the week about Ben Lloyd, said, look, he couldn't hit a target on the way out of 50. He might need another week here.
Show that vision.
Zoned off a little bit too much, and his opponent hurt him on the scoreboard.
Crows by a point at Mars.
Wow, that's incredible.
I think Jackie's just sent that footage to Jeez.
So Felikos, who has kicked 3 this afternoon, has to put the icing on the cake for him too. The veteran comes in, right foot kick, missed it. And through for 1 behind. 13-14-92, the Tigers. Dragons 7-9-51. Apco Cafe 24/7 final quarter K-Rock scoreboard.
Short kick into the back pocket on the bounce, taken by Ben. Steady goes with his left boot and finds Gorman stretching and marking it left half back. Now it's the next possession, and that's been the issue in the second half. He goes short, and he's turned it over straight to Scott. Handball loop over the top to McGuan. McGuan a little chip to Lang, who's all alone. Handball loop over the top, and Garner volleys it through. Didn't bother taking possession, and Sadio Mane style taps it into the back of the net for Liverpool.
I like a bit of flair at the end of the game.
Garner's got 4.
No reason why he couldn't grab that, Kingy.
That's taking the P155 slightly there from Adam Garner. Margin's 47, but he's put it in FA Cup style.
Back of the net. Mate, I like it how you called it. This is their problem where they can't get 2 in a row, and they turned it over right on cue. They're back into the forward 50, and she's all over.
Garner's got 4. He's now got 7 from 2 hit-outs for the season. And the margin is 47, and Rock Dog, it has got the stiff of 10 goals about it.
It has. Reinhardt's and the Spokes down here having a good laugh at that volley goal by their teammate.
Walsh through the middle. Simpkin up in forward again. Punched away by Benstead at the back. McGuan can't take it with him. And Bell Park go across. Oh, nearly fell in the arms of Lang again. Goes back. Oh, is that held on to? Yes, It should be a free kick. Coming back to Lockie Patton.
There's a few almost then, wasn't there? A few almost moments.
It was just creeping around, so Patton's got it. 30 out from the Colac goal. He will just drive it out of defence. Where's he going? Wants to go towards half back. Oh, didn't really hit any targets. Walsh was there. He couldn't take it with him, though. And now Lloyd, left foot kick towards Bright, who gets around. 50 out and closing. Needs to kick the goal. Jackson Bright has missed, and I think he's just got it in for a point. And through for 1 behind. 2-1 his personal tally. 7-10-52 the Dragons. The Tigers 14-14-98. We played 17 final term Port Phillip Ferry's time clock.
Liam McCarthy to bring the ball back into play. He wants to go straight up the middle of High Sushi Oval. Sarcevic will fly across the front of Monaghan, caused a spillage. Merkovic to Patton. Patton a quick pull on the trigger with the kick, has pulled it into the right forward pocket, and McCarthy will clean up. That's Liam again, and he'll drive it towards the boundary line and maybe out of bounds on the full. Is that the decision? It is. Walters couldn't reel it in, and the free kick will be taken by Fulton in front of the Risen Pavilion. Good crowd has rolled out to Bell Park this afternoon. Fulton swings onto his left boot, runs 10 metres and then drives a kick, and he's put it straight onto the chest of McCormack, and Colac will repel.
Give it away to Simpkin again. Possession 63, goes outside. And they run free. Ben McCarthy's got it. He's at about 40.
Yeah.
You kick around the corner towards Williamson. Does nicely. Felikos running on the outside.
Lang will kick the goal.
He goes towards full forward. Lang takes the mark. Havlin Hanger has Kirsch called.
It's going to get it's too predictable.
Darcy Lang. He's only kicked 1 this afternoon.
Yeah, but he's in there with it. And he kicks this. He's going to kick this on his left.
35 out on the
1-4.
1-4.
Can't wait for the stats in the paper on Monday, fellas, just to check everything
straight
out.
Through the middle.
Lang.
Oh, he's bellied it.
He's munged it. Puts it high towards the pocket. Oh, Gunner nearly took the mark as well. Off hands. And Christie gets the clearing kick. Only back towards half. Oh, good mark. Jack Hall does nicely for Bell Park. Just settles the play down for the Dragons.
Yeah, they trail by 46 though, and they'll go to 1-2 ahead of a trip to Windsor Park next week that is now no longer easy. They might not win this afternoon, the Seagulls. They trail by 22 points at Anthony Costa Oval for Leopold Sporties, but they've made some statements in the opening 3 weeks of the season that says North Shore are not to be taken lightly in 2022. Christie in the right back pocket takes off. will drive a kick past our best seats in the house for Repco Cafe 24/7 looking for Goats. Oh, wonderful spoil, Rennett. Oh, that is golden fist arrangement.
What?
From Rennett. He's whacked that, and he's actually going to roll just to our...
Oh, he's paid a free kick.
Wow.
Wow,
To Goats.
Yeah.
So Luke Goats with us.
Even Goats didn't
No,
think
he
it.
didn't think so.
He'll send a kick inside or towards forward 50, and Walsh got back, placed himself in front of the oncoming traffic and took a nice mark. The gigantic ruckman, he goes short with a kick that barely went 15 to Joffy. Simpkin loops a handball over the top to Scott, who under pressure, a high kick, back with the flight. Marnie tripped over his own feet or those of Lucas. Either way, it's going to spill for Spokes. Spokes sees an open goal. It'll be about the bounce. It won't worry because he's got the carry and he's kicked the goal, Cody Spokes. He's had a good afternoon. He picked up a Matheson medal vote when they met back in round 2 last year, and he might be in the votes this afternoon, but the umpires are going to have a tough task finding 3-2-1 out of this. A very impressive Colac performance as the margin is 52 in the final term for Repco Cafe 24/7. Colac 15-14-104, Bell Park 7-10, 52.
I'm not so sure.
I think
Two players have got over 60.
I think the 3 and the 2 are okay.
But the one might be...
The one might be the one.
So the
one might be the one.
So the 3 last year was...
Don't worry about
Darcy Lang.
the umps, vote. Worry about the Sporties Award, fellas. That's what you've got to look at.
And that is a more tangible decision that will come your way.
Walsh in the middle, trying to get it down. Now Hall. He's had a good second half at Bell Park. Goes towards half forward. No mark taken. Oh, Walters tried to claim it. No, there was about 6 sets of hands on it. The kick out wide towards Lockie Simpkin. Gets a good shepherd. Can he pick it up, though? No, he's happy for the safety of the boundary line. They see it over the top. Oh, he's paid a free kick for deliberate. Whoa! There you go. So, Parkers. Ball back in. Petering takes the mark. And he goes with a kick towards Bright, but chopped off again. And they've done that most of the afternoon, especially in the second half, Colac. And Rennett's again.
Yeah,
He's taken some marks.
He has.
And short little kick.
His kicking's a bit iffy,
yeah,
but his
he needs a bit of
marking's
work
good.
on that, but his second effort was okay. Helped out. And now they come back. Short little kick to McCormack, who takes it inside defensive 50.
Cormac with the footy goes laterally to the boundary line, and in the remnants of sunshine on the outer side, it's marked by Marnie. He goes along the line to his skipper and Melican. Melican comes back inboard, and Felikos, who has been outstanding this afternoon, been busy. Handball, made McCormack stretch for it, and he's overrun it and opened the door slightly for Bell Park, but Cade Petering couldn't go through it. He left the footy behind, and then when he went back and got it, he had Williamson, or rather Marnie, for company, and we'll get a ball up at the edge of the centre square outer side. 22 minutes almost ticked over on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Port Phillip Ferries, the only way to travel. Umpire Chaston will toss it into the air for McGuan to do the ruck work against Will Christie, and McGuan will actually do the roving. Just put a handball out into the path of Hammond. Hammond tried to take on Lucas, who laid a good tackle and won a free kick. Haven't minded the game of Hamish Lucas. You've got to have some ability if they're giving you the number 7 jumper after somebody like Sheringham wore it.
Surprised they didn't retire it.
Gives it a handball away to McDowell, who goes out wide.
I believe it was considered and Tim didn't want it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
So now the ball back in board. Again, Colac across half-back. Malikan thought about the kick. The handball to Marnie was better. He got it to Hawker, who gives it to Scott. Runs across centre wing, kicks it to himself nearly. Sets a task for the co-coach. Lang gets it up. Back to Joffy. Stop playing in the schoolyard. Goes to Hawker. And Hawker at centre wing. Plays on now. Tries to drill it towards Lang. He wants a game next week. Good work, Aaron.
How did Lang go from there to there?
That's how he goes. Now McGuan. He goes across half forward, and Larry takes the mark. And
Larry Hammond.
He wants to go on. Left foot kick into the pocket. Garner can't take the mark over the back, and off hands for a throw-in left forward pocket for the Tigers.
Don't mind Larry Hammond.
Hammond. Well, we'll go with that.
Well, Darcy Lang's got his hands on his head. He ran about 50 metres in 2 seconds.
So throw in, left forward pocket, northern end of the ground in front of the Recreation Club. And McGuan goes up, gets it down, Spokes. Can't take it, Benstead either. And we'll have a ball up. About 25 out from the goal.
Leopold by 41 over St Albans. St Mary's by 23 over North Shore. From the boundary throw-in. Or the ball up, rather. Chance here for Patton. Patton fires a handball out to Baker. Baker over his left shoulder, snaps a kick, looking for Cade Petering. Can't mark. Knocked away by Bailey Scott. And then seeing it out is Jack Hall. And we'll get a boundary throw-in. Left forward pocket. 24 minutes almost ticked over. Port Phillip Ferry's time clock. Colac will return to Central Reserve next week, or Australian Lamb Company Stadium, to take on Leopold, who are going to have the better of St Albans this afternoon. Well, it's off to North Shore and Windsor Park as Hall taken high. Surely should have won a free kick. Umpire said play on. Quick kick from Simpkin inside 50. No mark taken there by Liam McCarthy, who seems to have rolled himself forward looking for a goal. Baker's short kick is okay. Christie didn't go 15, so had to handball out the side door. Kick along the line came from Cade Petering. Oh, Bright with the one arm, nearly took the mark. But was able to give a handball off to McSparron, who just a little dinky left foot kick for Goats, had too much on it. And McCormack judged it best, took the mark, and he takes off across the face of his defensive goal to Walters.
So Walters now, open half back. Oh, he kicks in right into the man in front of him, Merkovic, who couldn't pick it up though, needed some support. The handball came out. Malikan got it away to McCormack. Runs from half back to centre wing, chips the ball over the top. Larry Hammond takes the mark, plays on. Left foot kick inside 50. Garner got two on him again. He goes up off hands at the back. Smart did nicely. Front and centre was great, and he has missed it. So Kane Smart one behind. 15-15, 105 Colac. Bell Park 7-10-52. Abco Cafe 24/7. Final quarter K-Rock scoreboard.
St Mary's 91, North Shore 68 for Leopold Sport is your complete family venue. As Benstead, short kick in, marked by Patton. Patton chips one over the top and finds a marking option. Hands over there. There's the siren sounds of Darcy McDowell, and it's a 53-point Colac win.